everybody, and welcome to Cameron Indoor Stadium, where tonight we have Game 1 of our SimWorld TV SimWorld U doubleheader, as the North Carolina Tar Heels come into town to face the Duke Blue Devils in a reignition of the Tracker Road rivalry. I'm Lee Vaughn, and joining me tonight is head coach of the Beasts of the East, future head coach of Syracuse Orange, Scott Drayton. Drayton, how you doing? Good to have you here with me.
No, I'm absolutely doing amazing. I love being in North Carolina. It's one of my favorite stomping grounds. I recruit heavily in this area. I think this is where some of the best basketball talent in the world is at.
I am looking forward to seeing some of that talent on display tonight. There is a ton of it in this game as the DC teams get ready to take the floor. Going to set the floor for you as well on both sides. North Carolina first. Christine Porter Jr., Bam Wallace, starting as shooting guard, his first start there as shooting guard. Julian Mark and Miles James with forwards, and then Kadarius Stack Jr. is at center for the Tar Heels. Meanwhile, for the Blue Devils, you have Jeremiah Minor and Roger Little, the guards. Forwards are Cooper Flagg and Scoochie Nelson, and center is Victoras Elgosk.
I mean, the keys to this game, to me, are kind of simple. Duke kind of has that young guy by the name of Cooper Flagg, and if he gets going, North Carolina is probably not going to be able to stop him. And once they're not able to stop him, everybody else gets going. For North Carolina, I think they have to find somebody that's going to be consistent. This is not the type of team where you can have those extreme ups and downs and expect to stay in this game, because this is a very strong Duke team. Another thing I want to see exactly how Bam Wallace handles these big lights. I know that he's played this team before. Look, the bigger this game is, the bigger his performance has to be.
Agree for all those points, especially the one about Bam Wallace to win this line. Besides encouraging, they really haven't had a lot of consistency, and that's been Tar Heels' problem for most of the season. And there's a foul on the play. That one on Cooper Flagg is hurt. We'll take a quick break for the free throws. Come right back.
I'ma get it poppin' like a can of soda, poppin' like whoop, poppin' like a can of soda, poppin' like a what? Poppin' like a can of soda. Can you tell her? Poppin' like a can of soda, poppin' like poppin' like a can of soda. We been whippin', toppin' pitches, poppin' like a can of soda. Pop the pitches, 7 digits, gotta count that quota. Ever trippin', ain't no trippin', only shot with dollars rolling. Can you dig it? I'ma get it poppin' like a can of soda, poppin' like whoop, poppin' like a can of soda, poppin' like a what? Poppin' like a can of soda. Can you tell her? Poppin' like a can of soda, poppin' like poppin' like a can of soda, We been whipping, topping pitches, popping like a can of soda. Pop the pitches, 7 digits, gotta count that quota. Ever tripping, ain't no tripping, only shot with dollars rolling. Can you dig it? I'ma get it popping like a can of soda, popping like whoop, popping like a can of soda, popping like a whoop, popping like a can of soda. Can you tell her? Pop it like a can of soda, popping like popping like a can of soda,
Popping like a soda can, man. I ain't worried about your friends, had nobody, man. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome back, everyone. Bam Wallace, line with the Tar Heels, come into the game a 72% free throw shooter, and these Tar Heels enter tonight 10-6. This is their first game in ACC play. Their last game was December 31st, and they beat Iowa 94-87. Duke has played more recently. Yesterday, last night, matter of fact, they won their first ACC game against Miami, 82-58 drubbing of the Hurricanes.
I mean, that's the thing about this Duke team. I believe a lot of people see Cooper Flagg and they're like, oh, it's Cooper Flagg and the gang. But no, this is definitely a team of high caliber pieces, and he just happens to be the most famous piece.
Oh my goodness. by a minor. Are you serious with that? I got no words. I have no words.
And that's the thing about rivalry games. It either brings the biggest out of a dog or the smallest.
I knew Minor could rise up, but I've never seen that level of athleticism from him like that. So yeah, Drayton, rivalry game clearly brings someone else out tonight for Jeremiah Minor, the projected second round pick in this WBA draft list right now. Wallace gets his shot rejected. And that goes the other way as Roger Little on the defense there as they set things up here offensively. The Blue Devils flag has it, attacking Wyndham and throwing it down himself. The freshman coming up big in this rivalry game, getting it started for the Blue Devils. 7-2 lead for the number 2 team in the nation. By the way, Kentucky lost last night to Alabama. So Duke at number 2 will probably go back up to that number 1 spot that they lost in this week's rankings.
I mean, I definitely agree. If they win tonight, they definitely deserve to be the number 1 team. I do think Villanova has made a very loud roar that they definitely need to be ranked a little higher. Then you have Alabama, who you can say was playing with a lot of rust, that knocked the rust off and fought the number 1 team, that they could make the case for the number 1 team.
Yeah, there are a few teams that can make the bigger case at number 1 spot, and there's a foul on Victor Ossogonskis now. His first of the day. So Kadarius Mack Jr. going to the line here. 57% free shooter, and Braden, those are fouls already on the 2 quote-unquote bigs and or forwards for Duke. Flag has one, and Ossogonskis has one as well. I know we're only a couple minutes into the game here, but I think that could be a problem early anyway. Thoughts on that?
Oh, I've noticed early that Duke has decided that for the most part they're not going to really switch on screens, that they kind of want guys to ice it, and once it's being iced and you know you can attack certain matchups, either you're going to start getting buckets on that guy or you're going to start getting fouls on that guy. And I think their goal is to attack the interior of the paint as early and as often as possible, even though currently it's not paying much dividends.
Wise strategy, in my opinion. Fortunately, one free throw there from the line. Now a floater, and not on the bottom of the net there. Minor on the floater. Steve Porter Jr. Putting the ball up here. Mr. Wallace has it in his hands, using the screen. And not up, front of the rim and out. No good. Another one. Back-to-back possessions here. Both teams hitting the front of the rim and not getting anything else out of the possession as a result of it. These 2 teams, Braden, come into this one on paper. They're very evenly matched, I feel like. But I know we talked about it earlier in your key to the game. But I think that this could be a game where eventually Duke gets rolling, but right now Cooper Flagg has picked up 2 early fouls in this one, and saw head coach Cooper Davis on the sideline. Pretty pleased about that, I can imagine, with that with the quick fouls on Duke's star player.
I told you from the looks of it to me that the game plan is to attack them, that we're going to go at them as early and as hard as possible, and if it ends up having us down early in the game, we'll deal with that, because ultimately we want Cooper Flagg and Victorious Algauskas to not be in the game, and it seems like Coach Shire is going to concede one to Coach Davis right now.
Yep, that's Arya Ricardo checking in for Cooper Flagg. Now I think you continue to attack the interior with Ricardo entering the game and taking Flagg's spot on the floor, as Ricardo's a perfect from the line here. I think that with now 2-on-2 on Flag him out of the game. Oh, and there's a big block from Kadarius Mack Jr. Tar heel the other way with it in transition. And can't finish it there. Ricardo grabbing the rebound, making his presence felt already here in this one. But now you have to try to get Ogoskis out. There's another big block from Stack. And the defense from Duke, second chance, go up and in.
I mean, a non-stop rack attack. If somebody else was calling this game, he would say, "That's how you attack the paint, baby."
Absolutely, 100% he would, and both teams doing their best to try to get into the paint. And Jeremiah Minor does that time again and enters the bucket from the line with one of his own. 11-7. Guido out in front. Leo Goskis now switched on to the smaller ball handlers, Miles James. This looks small over here anyway, with Ogoskis standing at 7'2", I guess.
I mean, he's an absolute tower, and I think people get used to seeing some of these bigger guys on the court and think that's like the standard size. It is definitely not. Not every team has a 7-footer, let alone a guy that's 7'2" and like 280 pounds.
Yeah, that is insane. That is a pro level ready body in most cases, and he has this at just 18 years old. That is insane.
An absolute mountain of a man, if you will.
No doubt about it. Now you see a quick double team here as Tar is trying to pick up the pressure. They do force the pass out to Ogoskis on the perimeter. Don't want to the ball out there. Wisely gives it up. Minor attacking. Floater alert. Overstack. Good. That's not an easy one either.
And it seems like Jeremiah Minor in this big rivalry game, it seems like he's the person who decided that he was going to step up, that this game means the most to him, and he's definitely playing like it.
Well, we know that Minor is one of those guys who's going to give you all of it every single game. It just depends on which version you're going to get. As KPJ hits that three-pointer to go, 3-point lead for the Blue Devils, but with Minor being, like I said, a guy who's going to give you everything he's got, depends on which version of him you're going to get. And tonight it looks like we're getting the good version of Jeremiah Minor, the guy who is on it every single time down the floor, it seems like. It's a good sign for Duke, though.
I mean, this is an absolute mismatch. I don't even know how that switch happened.
How does that happen, right? Resulting in points, 15-10. Duke has the lead still, almost through the first 10 minutes of the first half here. Tim Porter Jr. the ball here, and Minor running the show for Duke so far. And that three-pointer, good! Tie ball game. That's how quick these leads can go away in these rivalry games. Minor attacking, second chance, but look at Ogoskis right there. Two back up, barely had enough to ground for that one. As Tar Heels will take the timeout. We'll take one here ourselves. 17-13, Duke out in front, folks. We'll be right back with more basketball here at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Yo, it's your boy. Check out Talking Dirty with me so we can catch up on prep news and SimWorld sports. You know the deal. Holla at your boy. See the game? Be the game.
It's time to see the game, be the game.
Welcome back, everyone. Duke out in front, 17-13, courtesy of Jeremiah Miners leading the game right now, 7 points. But if you look at the stat, he's only shooting 3 for 8 right now, Drayden. And that, if you're just a stat sheet watcher, you're going to probably say, oh, hey, he's shooting terribly, not playing well right now.
I mean, I say it all the time. It's more about the timing of the shot than the shot selection. Some of his misses, they were great shots. He just happened to miss, or a big closed out right as he got the shot up and changed the trajectory of the shot. But he's been able to get to his spots and take comfortable shots the entire game. If I'm a coach, him going 3 for 8, 3 for 9, even 3 for 10, I'm not saying, hey, maybe we need to change our approach. No, he's playing just fine, and you gotta allow him to keep being aggressive.
And as I mentioned, that is Miner's style. Miner is a very aggressive player with ball in hand. That's what he wants to do. So if he's playing into himself and getting those good looks, I don't have problems either. 100% agree with you there. But North Carolina making a 2-point UW lead with that last action on the floor. Now Adelson Sampaio following his hand, looking for somebody to move around here and help him out. That's inside to Ogoskis. Flag still on the bench after picking up 2 early fouls. His counterpart in the paint, Ogoskis, has 1 foul still in the game, though. As that deep 3 with the tug on it down does not go. And North Carolina back on the floor with it here. Jumper rattles in and out. So close. It's so far there.
And I think this is where North Carolina does potentially have the ability to try and control the first half right here. Cooper Flagg isn't in, Jeremiah Miner isn't in. This is one of those times where a guy, like a human spark plug, like Kamarian Bracken, can come in and literally just attack at full speed the second unit. I don't know how many second unit guards can guard somebody like Kamarian Bracken. So when he's given the reins to just be told, hey, you and Sean Hyman are gonna run the pick and roll. Pretty much read it however you want, and we're gonna move off the back of you for the second unit. It's kind of the importance of having strong supporting cast, because a lot of people believe if you're not the starter, then you're not important to the team. But in all good basketball teams, there are no star players. Everybody's a role player. Some people's role is just scoring.
And some people's role is bigger than others. Yeah. Little there, or Demario Duval rather, good from the line for Duke that timeout. Is that shot does not go for the Tar Heels. Sampaio pass inside, kick it back out here. Duke works it around, trying to reset thing. Now Ogoskis back to Duval. Ball jumper double teamed and no good. And North Carolina, you see Sean Hyman with it. No one in the paint with him as they will decide to reset things. Clock down to 10 seconds. Using the screen, Bracken rising up and throwing it down. We called that a second ago, great. And there he is. Ryan Bracken, all 6'1" of him. Sophomore on this Tar Heel squad, making a big play right there as Duke takes time out. As you all know, we like to give away some EMs, those engagements. You get them by engaging, as the name says. So, you want to win the EMs? You gotta do a few things. Be here to win number 1. And also, just so you know, those EMs, how that gets, how much we give out, the number of live viewers in the chat, we times that by 100. So the more people that are in the stream watching, the bigger that payout of EMs will be to whoever that lucky winner is. So get people in here, get them interacting and engaging with us to get those EMs, bigger payout for you. So speaking of engaging, you got 5 minutes in your day to pop in to the Discord, check out what's going on in the Discord, read the articles, watch the videos, and all that stuff is engaged with all the content we are providing you all free of charge. There is no cost on your end for any of this. Show us how much you enjoy the content by supporting it actively, and actively, again, reading articles, engaging with the videos, watching the content, that kind of stuff, because that's how we know that you're actually invested. That's the game here. Duke leading by 2. North Carolina, they're doing their best to hang around in this game. I think that that's what it's up right now for them, Braden, hanging around, you know, how long they can keep this rolling to eventually make their move.
I want to say that right here is probably when we're going to start to see North Carolina take over. I don't think anybody on Duke's second unit can guard Kamari and Bracken, and every time that he's going to be in open space, it's pretty much a guaranteed 2 points.
Yeah, and attacking in space, needing to do more of that, and attacking inside is Duke. Can't score there either. As Ricardo could not finish the points there on that last trip down for the Blue Devils. Ricardo slow the pace down here. Has over to Hyman. The screen. Throwing the alley-oop to Hyman! Woo!
Hey,
Oh, it's a little early, but no, it worked out just in time.
Hey, I try to tell people he's a human spark plug. He's definitely come in to try and light the game. Every play that he does is a near highlight play.
All the foul there. That's Kyrian Haslam's first of the game. That was the Adelson Sampaio, another freshman on this Blue Devil squad from Brazil, coming into this one shooting 61% from the free throw line.
Coach Shire definitely does a great job of recruiting and looking for the best talent, because the talent on this Duke team is from all over. He has a guy from Michigan, a guy from Lithuania, the Cooper Flags from Maine, DeMario Duval's from Georgia. The talent on this team is literally from all over the world, literally.
Yeah, and that's what makes these top programs so attractive, I think, to a lot of kids. It's not just the brand recognition, I think, but I think it's the fact that, you know, again, these schools can go get those players from around the world, and when you have them all conglomerating in a upstart prep league like SimWorld Prep, for example, Drayden, it's easier to find those kids as they're all in that one centered location. There are always kids that are from elsewhere, of course. They're not in SimWorld Prep, obviously, yes, but all in one spot, it makes it easier to look at.
Oh, I definitely agree, and shameless plug, that's why SimWorld Prep is the greatest prep basketball league of all time.
In the world, right, as they say. As Hyman misses there, Cooper Flag back in the game, grabbing that rebound there. Now Ricardo, pass inside to Sampaio, taking the contact, can't finish the basket there. Another one and done for the Blue Devils. Hyman now attacking the inside. He can't get it, and they'll go one and done as well. Ricardo grabbing another rebound. Arya Ricardo, Cooper Flag on the floor as that one goes to Flag, and he gets himself on the board. Coming back into the game, he had sitting for quite some time.
And right here, I say you attack him right here and try and get him his third.
They do attack. He doesn't get the foul. Instead, gets the block. Now Sampaio passes the corner. Free ball. No good. Hyman almost a backcourt violation there with the jump pass. Team Porter Jr. throwing it up to Hyman. Catches it and taps it in. A little volleyball set kind of move there. That is insane pass from Kasim Porter Jr. to time that up just right to get it to Hyman there. My goodness, man. That kid has an impressive vision on him with his first down there.
I mean, if Duke keeps on refusing to properly switch or cover the pick and roll, that's going to be there the entire game. And I'm saying throw it early, throw it often, and make them change how they cover, and then attack them that way.
Yeah, see if they can stop you. And there you see the good defense from Kasim Porter Jr. driving his man baseline and getting the block. Very nice. Nicely done there. 22-21. Duke out in front here. Still holding on to a small lead, but there's a block from Ricardo. Another one for him. As they now got a trap in the corner here. Decide not to. No! And instead it's 2 points. Kamarian Bracken goes around Cooper Flag. And that's not an easy thing to do. The lateral movement of Flag, not the best on display there.
I mean, you know, these rivalry games, sometimes they make even the biggest players go tiny. And Cooper Flag does have 2 big blocks and 2 big dunks, but I would say in comparison to what his impact usually is, this is not the Cooper Flag that we know. This is Kamarian Bracken, Kasim Porter Jr., Sean Hyman. These guys have all stepped up in this game because it means that much to these players.
Exactly. And you know that when you get to these schools on day one, they talk about these things. And what a job there from John Hyman jumping in front of the pass to Cooper Flag. And, had a chance to score and instead passed it up. The screen for Bracken. Athletic finish. Up and under. Dipsy Doodle move right there. Come to Marion Bracken. But if I ever say Dipsy Doodle ever again, I will. Let's take over for a minute.
Hey, you got into the heat of it.
Sure did. Cooper Flag can't get that one to go either. That is a rare miss from him. That's usually a gimme. Not that time though. Foul. No basket. Ricardo. His first of the game.
John Sire is not happy on the bench.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, not happy. You see Miles James at the line here for the Tar Heels. James, a 66% free throw shooter so far this season. As the Tar Heels going to extend his lead some more as we're at around the 4-minute mark for the first half. And James put on the first one. Man, Wallace took it back in. I haven't seen him out on the floor in a while either, it feels like.
I mean, sometimes you got to just play the hot hand. And Kamarian Bracken, if you're reading the temperature of the hand, his hand is scorching. He definitely came in and completely played his part. You can't ask for anything better than the 6-man.
Absolutely, and those are the kind of plays you need in a game like this right now. Those are the kind of guys you need to step up in a game like this. As now Miner trying to make up points and can't do it there. As he misses, Hyman on the rebound. Now Porter Jr. with it, trying to attack. Throw it at the lob instead. Miles James and John Shire quickly blowing the whistle for a timeout. 30-23, North Carolina leading over Duke right now. We're going to take a break before the first half comes to a close, folks. Stay with us. Be right back.
Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. As of present, you getting nothing but Drayton, and more Drayton. And this is officially Off the Rim.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm trying to ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down. I swear they gon' see us. Ain't no way around it.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Welcome back, everyone. This has been a great game so far between number 10 and number 2. Drayden, thoughts on this so far? And just take a minute and let's shout out some of you in the chat watching the game, Drayden. I'll let you take that one.
We got Jay Midoriya, Israel Hannibal, Coach Simpson, Kamal Johnson, Coach Pope, Ripper Cure, Biff Markham, Coach Banks, and that's all I see right now. I don't want to. If I'm excluding you, it's not on purpose. I can only scroll up, but so far.
Jay Midoriya said the cute. Maybe a reference to you, perhaps, Drayden. He'll be taking over the Syracuse head coaching job next season. They have a game tonight against Georgia Tech later on. Syracuse still trying to get the first win of the season, but they got to go against the Ramblin' Wreck tonight. Good luck. And Cooper Flag gets himself more points there as a 5-point Tar Heel lead. Kasim Porter Jr., let's go ahead his play for a second. He's got 3 blocks, leading the entire game in blocks so far, Drayden. He's a guard, keep that in mind.
At 6'2", in May, I think it says he's 178 pounds. I know the kid personally. He may weigh 178 pounds after 2 buffets in a shower.
Sound like me. You take the 172 and you put my 2 together and you got it. Right. 30-25. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left here to have a play. Porter Jr. fires a 3. That one no good. Minor grabs the rebound. Pass inside to Ilgauskas, and he can't score there. Miles James picks up his first foul, though, in the process. Victor Ilgauskas will head to the line here. Ilgauskas, a 55% free throw shooter, following his former high school teammate Cooper Flag to Duke. Those two playing together, and they're adding another big next season. Another one from SimWorld Prep, who plays for SimWorld here, named Andre Ivanov. Another one of those elite bigs at the high school level. And that is, and they're also adding Pablo Guzman as well. This is could be a Duke team that's really good next season as well, too, Drayden. They're stepping up from their last season when they ended up going 18-15 season prior to this one.
I think with the addition of Andre Ivanov, I think it allows somebody like Cooper Flag to not have to play the power forward. I do think that he's a little undersized to play the power forward. And if he can go back to playing the 3, I think that's where he shines the best. And then he pretty much will submit himself as the #1 pick in next year's draft at the 3, because most 3s can't guard him now when they have to do the switch. So it'll just allow him to literally run free at the paint all game. Now the only questions that I do have about this Duke team for next year is, where does the elite guard play come from? Because I don't want to say DeMario Duval is not going to be an elite point guard. He's definitely one of the more score type guards. He's more of a combo guard. And then, is Roderick Little going to play point guard? Because Jeremiah Minor, at 5'11", being projected in the first round, he's pretty much out of there. Nobody's going to take that chance on having their stock fall by coming back.
Yeah, and that's also, you mentioned Little. That's if Little decides to come back too, because sure, second round projection right now, but he could decide to move on anyway. So that always that possibility too. There's a nice hook shot there from the Cooper Flag. 32-29. They're kind of holding on. They're holding for a little longer to get out of the first half with a quote-unquote win of the first half. And there's a big-time block from Cooper Flag, and he is fired about that one. Rightfully so. Love to see the energy on display here, and the energy and the emotion in this game. This is Cameron Indoor Stadium, Backer Road rivalry. We were talking about it before break. Well, before we went live, Drayton, about the long-standing history of the rivalry, and we can kind of go into that once we start the second half here because we're running out of time. But this is a long-standing historic rivalry in college basketball, and so far living up to all of the hype. As Wallace mid-range jumper good.
I mean, games like this, if you never get to experience it in person, it's one of those things that you kind of don't understand the gravity of it. Every shot made, every shot missed, you can feel the crowd either gasp or cheer, no matter what's going on. Great shot right there by Jamarion Shuey, but this is one of those games where literally everything matters. Somebody's going to bring up, hey, that one time you didn't get back on defense because you were tying your shoe, that led to a fast break, and that's what ultimately caused them to win. These are games that fans never forget about, as Cooper Flag is deep in his post bag, getting another hook shot.
Yeah, he's showing off a lot of that post game here the last few times on the floor, which is good to see. A guy his size and trying to get into the good graces of SBA scouts. What a block that was from Victor Goskis. And now under a minute left in the first half of play. Duke down 3. Give this to Flag. Flag trying to attack, pick up his dribble now. Back to Minor. Out to Sampaio. Screen from Goskis. Gives it off to him. And he can't score. So only the 2 free throws coming on the hard foul. No flake. I'm
not gonna lie, he's 7'2", like 280 pounds. Guaranteed, I'm telling my coach to hook his arm every time he gets into the paint.
No easy basket. Gotta make him work for it. And I think this is a good first sense of foul because, again, free throw shooting, not his greatest strength. 53% or 55%. Sorry, on the season so far coming into the game. He does make the first one there. So it's a 2-point lead for the Tar Heels. But Ogauskas can make it 1. Maybe it's this. And he does not. So 2-point lead. We'll see if the Tars can extend it before they head to the locker room here. Game clock down to 15. Shot clock is turned off, as you'd expect. Project Little guarding Van Wallace here, as they'll wait for the very last moment to make something happen. Wallace gives it off. Shot up over Flag, no good, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. 36-34, North Carolina out in front, heading to the locker room. It's been a really fantastic game so far, Coach Drayton.
I mean, on one end you have Duke absolutely trying to get everybody involved in the later parts of the first half. You have Cooper Flag finally emerging and being the guy that we know. For UNC, a lot of actions, a lot of calls have been made for Bam Wallace. I'm not going to say that he's struggling, but he hasn't found his rhythm yet. I believe he's shooting like 1 for 8. I do think they've found their answer offensively as far as what they're going to do in the second unit, as Kamarian Bracken has pretty much scored every time that he's touched the ball. Absolutely lighting it up.
Lighting it up. We'll see if it continues in the second half, folks. Again, 36-34. Carlos out in front. We'll be right back with second half action here at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
What's up, everyone? This is Big Bob.
And this is Elava.
And we are the co-hosts of Around the Table with Ian the Fat Man.
Around the Table is the SimWorld Sports podcast where Big Bob and I give our takes on various sports from around the world.
Make sure to tune in every Sunday at 4 p.m.
Up all night, putting work till it's daylight, yeah. Inspiration ain't required. I go hard in the pain even when I'm tired. 'Cause tomorrow ain't promised. I give my all, ain't nothing less. No tomorrow ain't promised. There's no tomorrow, no tomorrow, no.
Yo, turn me up a little bit, man. One time for your mind. Let's go. Man, hold up, it's your boy Pretty Ricky. On this freestyle, putting it down for my city. About to get active, about to get some action. Hit the Galleria cause I live high fashion. Might hit the Zara, might hit the Louis store. Then hit the Golden Goose. Shh, if you know, you know. Never mind, I be dropping jewels like a 3-year-old. Call a Big Rod cause I need some smell good, bro. See before, rappers be looking like Chris Rock. Big flop, instead of writing rhymes, you on TikTok. Mic drop, hit the paint hard like a body shop. Seen something pretty, circle back through the parking lot. Gave my salutations, she gave me her number. We hooked up for dinner. I began to wonder what we doing after. She said, I don't care. I said, cool, I got a brand new bonnet for your hair. It's going down. It's going down.
I'd like to order french fries, a burger, and a milkshake. This is a library. I'd like to order french fries, a burger, and a milkshake.
Said that I wasn't trying to holler, got a girl playing the fool, cause damn, baby, you fine. You been grinding my behind all night. Yeah, that's right, but the thing is, I like it. You been buying all this wine for me all night long, thinking you're gonna take me home, but you're wrong. All I know is that I came to party all night. I don't know about you, but best believe when we leave, that it gives you a lead with the whole. All I know is that I came to party all night. I don't know about you, but best believe when we leave, that it gives you a lead with the whole. I don't know about you, the whole. I don't know about you. The whole
Welcome back, everyone, to Cameron Indoor Stadium. 36-34, number 10 North Carolina up for number 2 Duke right now. And you know what time it is, folks. We're up those Dukes. It's time for the second half of action. And North Carolina hold on in this one and win this game. That's a good start. That's a freaking foul over off of Goskis. Kasim Porter Jr. getting it rolling early in the second half of play. Very quickly, I might have that pass right there.
I mean, like I said, when you're attacking those guys, how long can he stay in the game if they're purposely trying to get him fouled out? And then this is a team that's more guard deep than big deep. So if Big Vic comes out, then Cooper Flag has to stay at power forward, and Ricardo has to come in at center. Then they go right back to attacking Cooper Flag. How long before Cooper Flag gets into deeper foul trouble? He's already at 2. It then becomes who runs the 2 big spots, who runs the power forward and center if Cooper Flag and Big Vic aren't out there.
Right. Gotta find somebody. As Miles James picks up his second foul, fouling Cooper Flag here. Flag came alive late in the first half and ended up with the leading the game in scoring now. 10 points so far in the contest. But I want to talk about Kamarian Bracken in the first half of North Carolina. His play was absolutely huge. 8 points off the bench, 2 rebounds and assists as well. And he did that on 50% shooting as well, Drayden. So him being coming off the bench as a 6-man spark plug kind of guy, you mentioned it, works really well for North Carolina and it's paying dividends in this game. I think he's the big reason why they had the lead coming into the second half here.
Well, I can tell you who for sure they're not giving the credit to, and that's Bam Wallace. He did start this game off relatively flat. I don't know if it's necessarily the pressure of this game or if Roderick Little is getting in his head and not allowing him to get to his spots. But I'm somebody who's very high on Bam Wallace and his ability. So I do want to see him come and play to the level that I know he can. He has struggled. And that's number 3 for Cooper Flag.
We just talked about it maybe 20 seconds ago. About the fouling issues that both Goskins and Flag are having, and for now, they're both staying in the game. But I can't imagine they'll be in here for too much longer as Wallace missed the first one. Those clubs are being made right now, so Ron Shire keeping both of his guys out there on the floor. I know we're still early in the second half, Drayden, but do you think that's a wise decision right now for Ron Shire to not take both of them out of the game, or one of them perhaps?
I definitely think he should take one of them out. Taking them both out simultaneously while North Carolina still has all of their first unit in can be dangerous. Because a big dunk from Miles James or from Bam Wallace can turn the crowd against you in a hurry, and I don't think that's necessarily what Duke wants. But at some point, you have to realize they're actively trying to get these guys fouled out.
And there's the first one, Roderick Little, and it's a blocking foul, and you see Wallace there, pleased with the foul call there, and Little not so much on the other end of that thing, but that always happens in those flies that are blocking the charge scenario.
Don't get me started.
Kasim Porter Jr. along the corner, get the screen from James. A flag, 1 quarter. Minor on James, shooting over the smaller Minor, and James does not get the ball there inside of the back of the rim there. Kind of a double team there, not quite. Flag, going to the basket, up and under, good!
I mean, absolutely amazing offensive sequence. He dragged that big man out there who definitely doesn't have the lateral quickness to stay in front of him, and got exactly where he wanted to get.
And that's a perfect play right there on the other end from North Carolina. Man, that's good ball movement from the Tar Heels in that possession as well. A Minor trying to get himself going here again. Looking at the numbers, Minor, you would say he's struggling, but he's played really well, and there is a big-time basket. The foul ball on Kakeem Porter Jr. Jeremiah Minor hits once again and trying to make it a three-point play.
I mean,
one point in the process for the Tar Heels. Go ahead, Drayden.
I mean, those two have been going back and forth all night. There's been plays where Kakeem Porter has blocked him. There's been times where Minor has gotten past him and gotten big dunks. I think that's the marquee matchup of this game, even though if you were to look at it on paper, these are just the 2 point guards who run the offense.
And that's what makes it so interesting. And that three-pointer, it went down, and then it came right back up. Ogoski's trying his hand at it and gives Duke the lead the first time in the second half. And now Hubert Davis will take a timeout. That's just their second of the game. We'll take a quick one ourselves. Coach, I'm right back.
You're a man of style. Children drive Hummers. You're not a child. You're a big boy. Introducing Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
When I was a kid, I never got a tricycle. Now that I'm an adult, I created my own line.
Harness the power of threes. Style, elegance, and youth. Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
I'm an adult on a baller tricycle.
SimWorld Sports, where you can see the game, be the game.
Welcome back, everyone. A 43-42 Blue Devil lead after the Victor Ogoskis basket before the timeout. And Sam Wallace, Scornathon, has struggled in this one, courtesy of Roderick Little, shooting 1 for 9 in this game. And you got to think that, yeah, the game's close right now, Drayden, but at some point, they're going to need Bam Wallace to get going somewhat if they want to try to come away with the win. Ogoskis attacking and can't get that one to fall down. Picking up his first foul of the game there.
I mean, at first I questioned Coach Shires for not taking these guys out. As it looks like it, he knew what he was doing. Duke has fought all the way back and even taken the lead. They seem to be allowing Bam Wallace to do whatever he wants because he can't currently hit. Roderick Little has him on a hell of an island. Terrible miss. I can never forgive missed free throws.
Yeah, and Ogoskis missing one there, and that is, he's been good from the line tonight. That's just his second miss. 3 for 5 now from the line tonight for Ogoskis. So a rare miss for him tonight, and he comes away empty this time. Both free throws missing, and when you're up by 1, you have to get free throws like those to go for Victor Ogoskis. And that's why, because Miles James gets him right back on the other end and a chance to add another one. So actually one play coming up as Houston Nelson hit. Now on that.
That was a near perfect pass. He literally caught him right as he rotated. That was near perfect.
Phenomenal vision of the play and accuracy too, like you said. Not only the timing of the pass, but the placement of it as well. And Nelson on his hands, and we've been through a few minutes here of the second half. Haven't had a chance to really touch on it, Drayden, but now that we're in the second half, what kind of adjustments are you expecting both sides to make? This has been a game where both teams have been running at a frantic pace, it feels like, all game. Does that change, or what kind of changes are you making if you're both sides?
If I'm North Carolina, I'll slow it down. They do a lot better when they slow it all the way down and try and attack the bigs and punish those guys.
Hang on. I'm gonna cut you off, Drayden, but there's a injury here on the floor. We're gonna cut to commercial. We'll be right back.
Be sure to check out Rico on Clutch Time every Tuesday on SimWorld TV at 2 o'clock.
Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I recall? Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold you down. Y'all know.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Så ska vi sätta en till.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor. Open the door.
Wrong
Open the door.
Error.
Hey there, with a rock. Open door. Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
Welcome back, everyone. Really quick update on Roger Lowe's situation. Right now, we've been told that it is a right ankle injury, and there will be more updates later on in the night, or whenever we get updates, we after the game, perhaps something about it later on. Keep an eye out for that. But right now, looks like he's not going to return to the game. So that is a potential big loss for the target. We were just talking about him a minute ago and how they were going to need Ben Wallace, and now they're not going to have him for the rest of this game. But that shot rattles home there, and it seems like, despite that, though, I mean, it hasn't mattered too much, but something to keep in mind is now Duke the timeout. Thoughts on, yeah, Drayden, let's just, really quick. Look, we know you guys love SimWorld. We do too. Show us how much you love SimWorld by sharing it around with those you care about, your friends, frenemies, whatever, your dog, I don't care, somebody. But share it around because word of mouth helps us grow. The more people that get in here, the more we can continue to grow and do more things for all of you. It only helps if you do your part as well. Tell more people about it, because I know you know someone out there who would love to be a part of this experience. They just don't know it exists. But you know what does exist? More SWU basketball. So we have another game going up after this one. Memphis and Jackson State, as there's some American Conference game coming at you on SimWorld TV tonight. Jackson State's been playing pretty good as of late, picking up some big wins. Memphis also as well. It'll be a nice test for Jackson State at home too. Steve Woodley run up against Lake Darius Outlaw. That's going to be a really fun game, Drayden.
Oh, absolutely. And to speak on Bam Wallace coming out, he was struggling in this game, but it's always unfortunate to see injuries in any sport and any time. I do think, unironically, that with Kamarion Bracken coming in, Jamarion Shuey's going to get more time. I do think that those guys do, in this matchup, spark more offense currently than he was. But I don't know if Kamarion Bracken can guard right.
Right. We've seen what Little can do to Ben Wallace. Tell it already. But the other way around, not so sure. We'll find out, though. Is that last shot there from Duke front rim out? 48-43. Porter Jr. pulled up a jumper. He can't get it. Logoskis grabs the rebound as Duke runs in transition with it. Slow it down and get into that court set. Minor attacking. Good. He's so quick with that first step, baby.
That may have been one of the best finishes I've ever seen in my entire life. I almost thought it was blocked.
Yeah, I did too. I had to hold my excitement for a second to see what it was going to be. Ended up being a basket. Man, that is insane. But a three from the corner, no good. Team Porter Jr. comes up empty that time. And Big Russell Goskis grabs another rebound. Even inside to him, and there's a mismatch in the post. You gotta score, Jared Goskis, and he does.
I mean, again, right there, I'm hooking arms. You're not getting a chance to hook. If I'm Kamarion Bracken, who's maybe 6'1", maybe 180 pounds, I'm definitely not just gonna let you get the easy jump shot over me. Yeah, I'm hooking arms. You're not gonna get a chance to shoot.
Flag to the corner for Nelson, no good. Good look though. Vision on display from Flag. And a good shot. Nelson couldn't get it to go there. Team Porter Jr. now with it. As North Carolina tries to send this lead back out. They're up by one here. Porter, good for three.
I mean, I'm not just saying this because he's my former player, but it seems like Kasim Porter Jr. often struggles with every other shot but a three-pointer. I think he leads this North Carolina team in three-pointers made.
We have the technology. I have a paper in front of me. You can really check right now, and you are correct. Longest, the next highest is Dan Wallace is now injured. But yes, now 32 threes on the season. That's his first make of the game. His quick break. Oh, right there.
Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ. What's this gonna be? Wow!
Welcome back, everyone. We resume play here, 51-47. Looking out in front. We do have an update for you on the Van Wallace injury. It is confirmed a right ankle sprain, so he will miss the rest of this game. As far as any longer time, that is up in the air as of right now. More information on that to follow. Team Porter Jr. attacking. Floater no good, and 1 and done. Well, that was actually for the Tar Heels. Now Duke back with the ball in their hands. You see Nelson with it back to Flag. Being guarded by Marion Bracken there. Winging that thing around is Duke. His shot clock is now down to 5. Cameron Crazy's going to try to get a shot off here. Gotta get one off. It's a fading one-footed jumper. It does not go from Roderick Little.
I don't know if out of all the shots you could get on the court, why it wasn't swung back to Flag, who's being guarded by Kamarian Bracken, and I mean this by no disrespect. He's literally like a third of Cooper. There's no way he was staying in front of him, and if he did, he was getting put on a t-shirt.
Yeah, you have to recognize and exploit those matches when you see them. Unfortunately, for Duke, didn't do it that time, but it hasn't mattered. They find not scoring that possession down. That time also front of empty. Second chance, no! There's Cooper Flag, and that's
number 4
on Flag. That's number 4 on the sideboard. You might want to consider sitting down if you're John Shire. Will stick Darius Stack Jr. heads to the line for the Tar Heels. Another freshman on this Tar Heel squad. He's shooting 57% from the free throw line. We know that Stack is a very tenacious defender, in particular, and that's where his bread is buttered, so to speak.
I mean, when guys are tenacious defenders, usually at this age, it's usually not hard for them, especially a guy like Kadarius Stack, that they're usually high-effort guys. And high-effort guys, it's usually not hard for them to develop an offensive game. It's not like a component or something's missing. It's usually, well, they grew faster than most people are used to growing. Like, Kadarius Stack probably went from like 6'6" to like 6'10" in the summer, and immediately went from playing the 3 to the 5. So he never developed the post game because he probably was used to slashing.
Right. He didn't have to, exactly. Yeah. Now with Van Wallace out of the game, or Cooper Flag out of the game, Drayton, where does Duke go for their offense? He's got 4 fouls. They'll probably be sitting for a good little bit. You might not see him back in until maybe 6 minutes left in the game. Might throw a number out there. That's a long time without Flag on the floor. Where do you go for your offense? Back to Minor?
I mean, why not Demarion Duval? I would say Minor is the easy answer. Anytime that KPJ's not guarding him, I think Addison Sampaio off the bench is a good. His numbers aren't impressive, but anybody who's ever watched him in prep knows that he definitely has scoring ability. That this Duke team is deep with offensive weapons. Now, defensively is where I believe that Cooper Flag and Victor Algauskas being in foul trouble really hurts this team, because as you've seen, somebody like Marion Bracken now has no fear that somebody can stop him in the paint, and he's going to run at the paint like a madman.
Yeah, we saw Bracken attack the basket with reckless abandon in the first half when he was on the floor. And now, thanks to the injury of Ben Wallace, he'll be on the floor a lot more throughout the rest of this game. As we see some changes made for the Tar Heels as they extend their lead to 2 with the Bracken free throw. Catch one here coming up for the young man. He is further from the line. 3-point Tar Heel lead. And I think you mentioned those names a minute ago, and I do think that those are good options. Maybe you try to get more from a guy like a Sampaio, or maybe you go and throw a decoy out there and try to get some more from Roger Little as well. We know he's not known for his offensive scoring, and that can still be the case. But because they don't expect it, maybe that's when you hit him with it. If you can, if you're Roger Little, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I do feel like Duke has fallen for it every time. That, oh no, this guy's trailing. He's trailing. We won't switch. So, of course, the trail man has to do whatever he can to try and stop the easy interior basket. And guess what it always leads to? A foul. As if the pick and roll coverage is literally being allowed for the foul to happen.
Yeah, and there was a big block of Kadarius Stack Jr. continue to make his presence felt on the defensive side of this game as Gucci Nelson grabs the rebound for the Blue Devil. And also the pace down here. Do you also think too, with Flag and those Goths out of the game, that they run at a slower pace, perhaps offensively?
I don't know about slowing the pace down. You got to keep your foot on the gas because things like that can happen, right? If you slow it down and then you're chewing the clock, and then let's say a shot gets blocked and North Carolina goes down and hits a three. Now you're down 6, and you're still going to be trying to chew the fat off the clock. It can cause you to get down really fast, and then you're the team that's holding on to the ball, waiting for your guys to come back in. I think you don't change your tempo. I think you still come right back and attack them and make it seem like, oh, Cooper Flag came out. That's no big deal. We're still a complete basketball team.
And I think that's part of the thing that makes people believe sometimes that this team is rolling around Cooper Flag. Speaking of, both Flag and Ogoskis back on the floor with, under 9 minutes, 1 second under 9 minutes left in the game. We'll see how long they stay on the floor. And Flag has 4 fouls in the game. Ogoskis is 3. So Flag is in the danger zone here. And he immediately gets a block. Are you kidding me? They went right at Cooper Flag, and Duke makes them pay for the block and the big three-pointer from Adelson Sampaio. And a lead right back, and exchange hands just as quickly as they got it.
Again, right here, I go pick and roll. I try and get KPJ off Jeremiah Minor at all costs, and try and see if we can get a switch or get Cooper Flag into space where it'd be him versus Miles James.
The corner does not go, and
that was one crazy heat.
Yeah, that's the question mark of a shot selection there.
That's one of those like, oh, I'm feeling it, and your teammates be like, dude, you had the lane. I was feeling it. Nobody wants to hear that.
I don't know why that just reminded me of the Sandy. I'm ready. The shot goes up. No, you ain't. That was.
Oh, no, you ain't.
And now another injury on the floor. Jeremiah Minor looks to be down for Duke, and yes, he is down on the floor. We'll take another break to see him tended to. Right back, folks. Welcome back, everyone. Update on the Jeremiah Minor injury. He had to be carried off to the locker room. He could not stand on that leg at all. And to the locker room, and he's done for the game as well. So 2 big injuries on both sides of the ball. And now both teams down a player, the key player on both sides in their own right. And now we'll see how both teams fare with the injuries.
Well, what makes this more scary for Duke than it does for North Carolina is Cooper Flag is already at 4 fouls. Big sack 3. Who has to step up defensively because their 2 anchors are out? Jeremiah Minor was doing a great job of slowing Kasim Porter Jr. down. He's now out. It seems like every time that North Carolina wants to get some, Jesus Christ, it seems like whenever North Carolina wants to get something, it seems to go in their favor. They've gotten the foul calls. An untimely injury to Jeremiah Minor, right, is Duke starts to rally back. And it seems like, what can this Duke team do to get over the hill?
Yeah, and that's going to be the big question looming over Duke as we get down with the rest of this game here under 7 minutes left, 6:20 left. Good shot from Kadarius Stack over Victor Osogaskis. What a fantastic shot. Keep this one out in front here. 60-59. 1-point lead here. Roderick Demario Duval rather. Able to score there, and you can't forget about Demario Duval as I almost butchered his name there. Calling the wrong person, goes Raiden.
I mean,
this guy can score. We saw him do it in prep.
He was one of the best scorers in prep during his time.
He absolutely was. Can't forget about Demario Duval. Plays with the Aliens down there in SimWorld prep. Cooch Nelson fires a 3. No good. He is so close, Drayden, to getting those to fall and hasn't had much luck tonight. Now Nelson on defense, stopping the KPJ layup attempt there. 9 in the basket. Pass inside to Ogoskis. Post move, post bucket. Makes himself. Giving Duke the lead right back. 61-60. 5 minutes left in the game. Stack guarding. That's been guarded by Flag. Blue ball, no good from Porter. And again, no Ben Wallace, no Jeremiah Minor. Pass inside and throwing it down.
That was a grown man ball. He decided that he was just going to throw it down off 2 steps and nobody was going to stop him from doing it.
Nobody did. Kadarius Stack Jr. lost the ball. He could not finish. Was also able to get back in the play though. Love to see. That was one of the critiques I had of Ogoskis' play in high school. His lack of lateral quickness, and it seems like he's definitely taking strides and the front over the last couple of seasons here. And there, at last play, doesn't give an example of that.
Right here, you can see that this North Carolina team, I'm not going to say that they're panicking, but they're definitely moving frantically. They're no longer getting the foul calls. They're still attacking in the same way, in the same rhythm, but because they're not getting the foul calls, they aren't getting the foul shots that they were getting. So it seems like the advantage that they had in that is now gone.
So you're saying that Duke is the Kansas City Chiefs, not it?
No, I'm not saying that. Not at all.
Hubert Davis takes the time out here. 63-60. 3:25 left in this one, Grade. It's been a really good one all throughout, and it's been a pleasure being on the call with you for this one. But let's talk a little bit of strategy here. North Carolina down. We'll take a quick break. We'll talk strategy. We'll be right back. We'll do that. Right back, folks. 325 in this one, and Drake has been a really good game all throughout. But now's the time where you have to start thinking about, again, that injury to Ben Wallace not being in the game at this stage of the game. Usually where we see him, we're not going to see him for this game doesn't fight out. I think it's a problem, personally.
I mean, he's definitely their best closer. He does often have those up and down performances where he starts really strong or really starts really slow and then finishes strong. And without him, I feel like this North Carolina team doesn't really have a closer. I would love to see Sean Hyman in the game, maybe run some more athletic actions, try and get him some oops, try and find a way to get Big Vic and Cooper Flagg to foul, because at present it seems like their offense is stagnant and then they're just settling for forced threes.
And there's a forced one there. It almost went in, but a forced three there. Thanks to great defense from Duke. Duke defense has Will Smith on a rattle out there on the floor. I think I can see it in the body language of the guys on the floor, Drayden. They look flustered and frustrated out there on the floor offensively. And look at Cooper Flagg working into the post. Confidence up after that big time. That's a 5-point lead for the Dukies.
I mean, you got to question what the thought process was of Kamarian Bracken being on Cooper Flagg in the low post, but it's one of those things that as the game dwindles down and that mental fatigue starts to hit some of these younger teams, it's where you need senior leadership, and this North Carolina team isn't really getting that right now, as Cooper Flagg is an absolute circus of a shot.
The skyboard has been activated. 67-60. That was a big time basket from Cooper Flagg, and once again Kamarian Bracken on the receiving end of that, and not very happy with that foul call. Again, you can imagine why, but that's how it works sometimes, young man.
I mean, when you go from the team that's getting all the foul calls to being a team that's not getting any, it definitely is painful.
Can be painful, but like I always say, you still have to play the game, foul calls or no. It can change the game, sure, but you still have to capitalize on those mistakes and on those chances to get. And who's doing that? And there's a stake of Ilgauskas and one. Kamarian Bracken over Victor Ilgauskas well at his point of the contest.
I mean, absolute offense in a bottle, but because of how poor he's played on defense, I don't know if it's more plus than minus that he's been on the court this year.
And, you know, again, when you have a guy like Bracken, who's more of, like you said, a spark plug off the bench, and he has to come in and play more than he may be used to, I think that can work to your disadvantage if you're a guy like Bracken. Almost like a closer in baseball, having to go longer than he usually does. It works to your disadvantage. Look at the beautiful move to get the phase. Nicely done there. Mario Duval putting that one through. And Roger Little now picking up his second.
I mean, that was just
back to the free throw line.
That was just a chippy play. He shouldn't have did that, because now the deficit could potentially be cut to 5. They have 2 timeouts, a whole 30-second runoff. Now if you don't score and they score, it then becomes a closer game than it has to be.
Let's not worry about it, because Bracken missed the first one. Off the front rim, no less. Legs are tired. That's what that tells me right there. Cooper Flagg on the interior, guarded by Kasim Porter Jr. Mismatch, and Flagg takes advantage of it once again. And North Carolina has a firm another timeout. They're down to just 1 left in the game. 72-6. It's 60, 55. This is a game that's gotten a little bit away from them. And I just got word that our EM winner is Kai Killens. And he got 2,300 EMs. Congratulations to Kai Killens. future Alabama Crimson Tide player. Congrats on your EMs, young man. Like I always say, don't send them all to one place. Or do, not your mom. And that's why I say it every time. I'll talk about it every time. If you want to be a part of the EM giveaways, you know you have to be here to win. Be present and active to win the EM giveaways. And as a reminder, once again, they're just joining the podcast. Those EM giveaways take the number of views and times that by 100. So that's why Kai Killen's got a crispy 2,300 EM. That basket there. Another. We have baskets here for Ghana to continue to fight back in this one. And they're hanging on by a thread here, Coach. Down to a minute left in this one. Looks like Duke's going to hang on. But I don't think you can say it quite yet. It's a little bit of time left to make it interesting. And that steal most certainly will make it interesting because Tim Porter Jr. looking in the passing lane there. Three-pointer up and in. Big time three-pointer from Tim Porter Jr. to now pick up his third foul of the game. As now Duke will play the foul game here. And Mario Duval going to the line. After that, you want to foul 85% free throw shooter on the season.
But if he does miss one of these, boy, is that painful.
There's always a chance. I agree. Good on that one. Still perfect from the line. They can go. 35 ticks of the clock left in this one, and contact, no foul. There's a foul there on Porter, his fourth. And you see Hubert Davis livid on the sideline there. More so probably just with how the game has ended up than the play of the team down the stretch here. I think they caught some tough breaks again with the injury of Ben Wallace. Minor for Duke also again out as well. As that free throw is also good from Duval. Hitting the second one as well. Duke is going to win another one. This gives them, 15 now in a row? They win last night over Miami. And now this one here. 15 wins in a row, an impressive win streak to be sure, as they'll go to 17-1 on the season. And North Carolina's going to fall to 10-7 on the year, or 10-8 on the year. No, that's going to do it for this one. I am B-Ron. That's Coach Game with me here tonight. Game 2 coming up after this. Memphis and Jackson State. We'll see you for that one. Coming up, stay tuned for Game 2. Remember, SimWorld is the only place you can see the game, be the game. Game 2 coming up.
My name is Jasmine Wesley, and I recently joined SimWorld Hoops. If you love hoops as much as you love art, you've got to check out SimWorld Hoops at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It is the ultimate virtual basketball experience. It's not like a regular game. It's like stepping into your own world. Whether you play or you're just a fan, it's time to see the game, be the game. Don't forget to check me out on social media at It's Jasmine Wesley.
Ha pasado mucho tiempo, tengo amores esperando mi regreso. Estoy cansada de decirles que lo siento, en mi futuro ustedes no los veo. Ya me acostumbré a estar sola. I found happiness en el mar y las olas. I refuse to settle. Even if it meant that I'd be alone forever. Pero tú me enseñaste que el sexo no debe ser la única pasión en una relación, que soy linda con make-up on también, natural como soy, como soy. Me enseñaste que los sentimientos que se siente uno al otro pueden ser mutuos. Me enseñaste que el amor debe sentirse como el amor. Disculpa, baby, espero que
Welcome into your grandma's favorite show. Upsets, upsets, upsets. Not tonight. Get it out of there. You thought Duke was going to lose at home, even to their rivals in Cameron Indoor. Silly. Preposterous. Preposterous. But what a game anyways. I'll tell you what, they did have me on the ropes for a second. Absolutely incredible performance by North Carolina. That's what you're looking for in a rivalry game, right? We've been talking about rivalries a lot recently, and you got a good one tonight. You got one of the classic basketball rivalries. Got Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag had a game, but not, his normal game, very efficient, 21-9, but that's underwhelming for Mr. Flag, as we can all agree. Very impressed with Duke team, their way to rally, how they fought through. This UNC team certainly gave them a fight. Kamarian Bracken, I think, put a lot of people on notice. If anyone remembers Kamarian Bracken, he's great. I mean, obviously, he's a great hooper. He's playing in North Carolina. You're a great hooper. I think he got away from UNC. While they did look pretty good in terms of competition, they did not shoot efficiently as a team. Duke shot a little more efficiently from the floor, but, 1 for 9 from 3 almost killed Duke. Scoochie Nelson, off night for my guy Scooch. 31 minutes, 0 points, but a lot of cardio done. A lot of cardio from Mr. Nelson. So we're not going to argue about that. I've talked about implications of this game, but there are no implications. The number 2 team, who should have been the number 1 team going into this game in the country, they won. They beat a rival. That's that. That's that. I'm going to be honest. I don't see any way that they don't retake that number 1 spot, but hey, maybe not. Maybe they move Texas up to number 1. Probably not. I'm not part of the committee, and I don't know. And to be honest, to be frank, I don't care. It's a bunch of nerds and analysts just looking at who they think's the best team in the country. You should listen to me about it. You should listen to me about the best teams. These nerds and analysts, they don't even watch. They look at game results and stats, and don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. But moving on, surprise, and I'll tell you why I called it a surprise. It's a surprise to me. It's a surprise to our producers, and it's a surprise to everyone out there. My producer's going to give me a topic off top of his head, and we're going to run with it. What do we got? How good is D. Woodley? Well, great, because we're going to see him we're going to see him next. We're going to see him next. So this will lead perfectly into 3 in the key after my turn right around SimWorld U little segment. How good is D. Woodley? I don't think you guys are going to like this. He's a hooper. How good is he going to be as a pro basketball player? I don't know that I'm a believer. Even in college, he's at times been a little bit too much of a shot chucker for me. He's not always efficient. Great athlete, but not explosive enough to make up for the vertically challenged nature of D. Woodley. But is he now? Look, it's a different question. Is he exciting and electrifying to watch? Absolutely. Is he? Oh, I'm getting word in. Who's most like? That's a good one. Who's most likely to be Cinderella? Now, people classify Cinderella differently, right? A Cinderella story differently. I would say Virginia Tech, but at this point, they're not a Cinderella because they're a top team. Can't be a Cinderella if you're a top 10 team, and right now they're a top 10 team. So not them. I would say, given what I've seen so far, and this seems like I want to go Davidson. I think Davidson could be a really scary team. Davidson or SMU, who we're going to see tonight, SMU as well. SMU, they're not going to win every game leading up to the tournament. But you know what makes a really, really good tournament run? Guards who can go off at any moment. What does Davidson have? Benari James and Deontay Odom. What does SMU have? An incredible freshman duo in McCowan Duval and Cam Jones. If those guys were to get hot during Hoopsteria, they're going to be a problem. They're going to be hard to beat. And if Maury Washington can keep loading up on those cupcakes and get to 300 pounds and keep playing the way he is in the post by then, that's going to be an issue too. So those are going to be my 2 Cinderellas for that. Now let's talk tonight around SimWorld U. I'm not gonna show you. We don't have to talk about every game. I know you guys get bored of hearing me talk. But hey, there was another big time rivalry matchup that went down tonight. Don't forget it. Harvard and Princeton, both now in a new conference. This game didn't look like it would be much of a game, right? Princeton's number 19 in the country. They're 14-4. They're looking really, really good this year. And Harvard, well, they're 5. They don't look so good. This was a good game. Princeton did win on a Tyshawn Penn go-ahead 3 with 46 seconds left in the game. But after trailing 36-22 going into the half, this Harvard team put the gas on, outscored Princeton 36-21 until those final 46 seconds where Tyshawn Penn hit virtually a game winner. It wasn't at the buzzer, which a lot of people think game winners have to be, but it sealed the game right there. Go ahead 3, they're down 1. He drained a 3, and boom, Princeton gets the rivalry win. What a game there. You gotta love it. You gotta love college basketball rivalries. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Another great game that we have between 2 top 25 teams. Georgetown is kind of getting their groove back. They took down number 12 St. John's behind 20 from Keith Singleton and 19 from Atlee Backman. If you haven't been paying attention, Atlee Backman is a top 3 3-point shooter in SimWorld U. Now 5 for 13 in this game, so not incredibly efficient, but that's almost a 40% clip. Not too bad from the arch. Atlee Backman, remember the name. He can shoot that thing. Remember it. All right, let's move on. What do we got next? We got 3 in the key. We have a great matchup coming. You want to watch electrifying guards? Well, do I have the matchup for you? Lacedarius Outlaw versus D. Woodley. Now, are they going to be matched up on each other? You might see Lacedarius guarding D. Woodley, but I would bet most of my life savings that you will not see D. Woodley guarding Lacedarius Outlaw. Just a guess. But let's talk about 3 in the key. 1, D. Woodley is my first key. Is tonight going to be an efficient night or an inefficient night? They're going to need his scoring to keep up with LDO and these Memphis Tigers. So D. Woodley, very simply put, his efficiency is my first key. That's the first key. Second key, facilitation. It's going to be facilitation. We know that LDO can score the ball, but I think people don't know about this Jackson State team is they actually have some really, really solid perimeter defenders in Roy Mason and I don't know if my prep junkies remember the name, but Renzo Bryant. clamps on the perimeter. I think they're going to throw those two back and forth at Lace Darius all night. Lace Darius is going to have one of those games where he has 10 to 13 assists. That's a key for Memphis to me, that he's got to get his big men going in KB, Mack, and Deontay Joyce. This Jackson State team, they are thin in the paint. Richard Alpine, very strong. Richard Alpine can't play the whole game. So that's going to be a big key for me, getting those bigs going. And the third key, neither of these teams are exceptional three-point shooting teams. So the third and most decisive key, which team is shooting better from beyond the arch? Now, I'll tell you this right now. Jackson State is 18% from the three-point line as a team on the season. They are 82nd in the country. So if that tells you anything about what I'm saying with this key, it should. That being said, Memphis also not a great three-point shooting team, so we'll see. But that being said, we've got a great matchup coming up for you. We got Yells and Sniper J, the basketball savant, on the call for you. We are out in Jackson, Mississippi at Jackson State. It's going to be a great night. Once again, thank you all for being here with me. Remember, SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Remember to drink your water, call your mother, and we'll see you next week.
We are here in Jackson State, Mississippi, aka The SIP. I'm here with my man Jay Sniper. I'm Yells. I think we both have a little bit of roots because we've done our time in this area. Sniper, am I wrong? And how does it feel to be back?
It feels great to be back in Mississippi. Not only ties from basketball, but family ties. So it's always good to be in Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, the capital of Mississippi. I think that's the truth, capital. But it's always good to be back, and it's good to watch some American basketball tonight.
Absolutely. Have my family ties as well here. Mother's side of the family very locked in here in Jackson State. I got to play on this very court. I will tell you, Jackson State absolutely has their work cut out for them tonight as they're bringing in the number 11 Memphis Tigers and Lace Darius Outlaw and everything that he can do. The 6'4" Bakersfield, California sophomore. He's going to be joining that backcourt by Kenny Klum out of Israel, great shooter. Darian Banks, Deontay Joyce, and KB Mack, big 6'10" in the middle. As I said, Jackson State hosting. You know who we're going to talk about, D. Woodley, the man in the gold shoes, rocking the DW2s. Big Richard Alpine in the middle. They're also going to start Renzo Bryan in the backcourt, along with Roy Mason on the wing and Buddy Shackelford. Jackson State's been looking very good here lately and looking like a welcome addition to the American Conference. But let me ask you, do they stand a chance tonight? What do you look at? It is conference play. What are you looking for in this matchup, though?
I think Jackson State has a good chance to pull off the upset here tonight in Mississippi. You know, something's always brewing down here in the South. They're at home. D. Woodley is their guy. He can score. He's a dynamic scoring guard. I look for him to be dynamic tonight. I think the keys for them is to keep pace. Keep pace with this Memphis team. If the teams can score, if the Jackson State Tigers can keep pace and keep it close to the end, they could possibly have a chance to upset by D. Woodley's clutch abilities and dynamic scoring ability.
Well, look at this. We see early on they bring over a double team shade on D. Woodley. He's going to put it up and miss all of the rim. He's never been shy to put the ball up. I know another good point here I know you were talking about before the game. Two former SWBA greats. Well, maybe some call them greats, but they've had significant roles in the SWBA. Mo Williams on the one side, Penny Hardaway on the other. Think there's any bragging rights at play here?
Absolutely, man. Basketball is such competitive, and it's not competitive on the court. It's so competitive on the court, but once they get off the court and they retire, it gets even more competitive. And to see,
something like that, Renzo Bryant throwing it down. Sorry.
No, that was major ups by Bryant. Big time finish early in the game, but to see two guys that played in the league come down and mentor young men and be a focal point in their lives is big time.
Absolutely. As we see Lace Darius Outlaw with the first 4 points on the bucket on the board. This is gonna be a tough night. Trying to guard these two is gonna be back and forth actions. We see D. Woodley now getting on the board 4-4. What Jackson State has been able to do here over this last stretch is they've been able to maintain with power conference teams that they really aren't supposed to be hanging in there. If you hang around long enough in a fight, you have a chance of winning it, and I think that's what they've done very well. Coach Mo Williams has these kids believing they can pull it out in the night.
Absolutely, and I think since starting with Mo Williams, to be honest,
again, Sniper, Renzo Bryant sees something waking up, not known as a great offensive threat, but he is going to the rack tonight.
Man, I'm sitting here rubbing my legs. I want to know what he on tonight. I mean, the juice must be flowing through him the way he's bouncing through the roof.
My goodness. You see LDL getting to his spot again in the paint. 8-6 here, lots of offensive action early in this one. D. Woodley with the ball. Let me ask you, I heard Siege on the poster talking about his thoughts of D. Woodley. 5'11", 195, a little bit of a dynamic load down there. Struggles with his jumper at times. Very confident. Oh my God, as he puts Kenneth Klum on ice skates. Not 4 wheels, 1 blade. What do you think his SWBA future could be?
SWBA, I think he's going to be a good fit. I think he's going to be dynamic. I think they're going to develop his jump shot. I think they're going to try to turn him into a reincarnation of Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry? You think he? Do you believe that he can bring his jumper to the forefront that far?
Well, when I say reincarnation, you know, when the reincarnation comes back, it gets a little bit better. And Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. I'm saying it now, it's going to happen. D. Woodley only needs to be able to shoot good enough to enhance his dynamic driving ability, if that makes sense. Yes. So once he gets there, they're going to get him to shooting around 40%, and now you have to respect him. Now he's going to use that quickness, that elusiveness, that craftiness to get downhill, play, make, and finish. That's what I mean. That's how he's going to be effective at the next level, in my opinion.
And he is already quite effective with that. Also effective at, for those who don't know, those shiny golden shoes, he designed those 2 seasons ago in SimWorld Prep. Here, Rick Blaze actually got into it where the young man found his way into the media spotlight for being a shoe designer. And he got a pretty good deal there. Those are the DW2s. It was a bit of back and forth fanfare because everyone wondered where the ones were. He never created ones. He started right with the 2s.
I mean, look, the first shoe is always the worst anyway, so why not why not skip right over it, if you know what I mean? But I definitely had that in my notes too, fashion and Woodley, so it's good to see him rocking his own brand, his own shoes out here with buckets.
Gotta love it. There's a moving screen or a legal screen there on Richard Alpine. I'm not sure that's even needed for the big load. Richard Alpine listed here at 225. Our notes are consistently wrong if that's the case, because that kid, he definitely looks at least 250.
No, man, there's no way 225. I mean, he might have walked on campus 225. They probably just left it at that, but he's been eating, he's been hitting the weight room, and I have to agree with you, Yels. It's got to be 245, 250 right now.
Mo Williams in this 2-3 zone here.
Even
lace goes wide open
in this
from outside.
zone.
Gets it to go. I'm sorry, Sniper. Go ahead.
Yeah, but both teams are in this zone, and I'm not sure what the thought process is, but I'm going to try to figure out as the game goes long. Maybe they don't trust certain people to shoot, or they're just trying to shut down Woodley and Outlaw on both sides. So I'm going to see how this zone works out for both teams.
I can imagine that to be the case. It looks like...
Oh, there you go.
Looks like Memphis has gotten to their... back into their man-to-man there, but the rim protection not there at all as Bruce O'Brien gets another free run to the basket. We see Deontay Joyce finishing at the rim. 13-10. Let me ask you. I know you played on some high-profile teams. You played on some teams that were still trying to make their markets. D. Willie attacks there. You're Jackson State. You're new to the conference. You're not as high a profile team as a Memphis Tigers club who's been around for a while. You're playing the number 11 team in the country, and you're on national TV for your 3rd time this season, I believe, as we see KB Mack. Return of the Mack, knock it down from the elbow with the 90s style elbow jumper. But what is going through your mind? What's going through your stomach and your nerves in this environment?
Well, to start off, Jackson State is playing, I would have to assume, people they are very familiar with in Memphis. That's what, 2 hours down the road? So there's going to be some animosity there. But I've been in Mississippi. I know how Mississippi feels about Memphis, Louisiana, Atlanta, all those. There has to be a little animosity there. But if I'm Jackson State, I'm not nervous. I mean, we've been on this stage. We done played a couple conference games. We know what it is. We have pulled off some upsets. Our coach is a feisty point guard who believes in toughness, so we're just going to follow his lead and follow the game plan.
D. Woodley there playing some good defense. Could not finish over KB Mack. On the glass, Roy Mason, I believe, Buddy Shackelford's going to draw the foul there. What do you think about Jackson's pace to start this game?
It's very fast. It's very fast, and I hope they're in shape enough to keep it going throughout the game, because I think it's going to be their best option against this taller, bigger Memphis team.
but I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's one of the keys to victory is getting out in transition and getting wide open shots and attacking the paint from transition. Because if they attack the paint in the half court, they got the big guys already down there set ready for them, and it's most likely going to block their shot or make them take a tough shot.
Lace Darius Outlaw, LDO as he's affectionately known, coming out of this one for an early breather. His team is up by 4. Good opportunity for Jackson State to make a run. Arena quiet here. Shackelford gets the second of 2 to go. 3-point game here early. Competitive game in conference play. Have you been enjoying conference play starting up here over this last week?
Every second of it. And I've been most impressed with this American Conference on how competitive it is from top to bottom. Like there's
compete with that, says Darian Banks. The bank was open, the Darian was open, the lane was open. He throws it down.
Devin Banks showing off that uber athleticism. I mean, that's Power 5 athleticism here in the American Conference. But back to my point, I mean, I've been impressed with this American Conference on how competitive it is. I like the new teams. Princeton showing up big time. Jackson State showing a lot of confidence. And a team like Memphis, who's at the top, who's holding the throne for right now, I think they should put their foot down tonight on Jackson State and show them who runs the American Conference and who's the man around here. You're the new guy, I'm the man. I'm going to bully you in a sense. And I think Memphis is going to try to do that tonight to Jackson State.
That was an absolute beauty of a move there by Jalen Smallwood. And Coach Hardaway says that he thinks very highly of this kid. He believes that he could be a leader on this team if he sticks around. And we see why as he works the baseline there in a very tough move. D. Willie coming back on the other side. D. Willie rocking and rolling like it's Friday night at Club Red Lobster. Tell you guys more about that in the second half. That's only in the second.
It's good to see Woodley get going here early and being efficient from the field. I think that's going to bode well for Jackson State later on in the game.
J.J. Ruff here with the ball. J.J. Ruff, just 5'6", Friendswood, Texas. Great passer, hustle player. Found his way to for a JUCO at some point. He was able to make his way to Jackson State. As we see D. Woodley getting another hand here. He is active defensively, not always known for that, but he gets it going there, and Shackelford can't get it to go. This Jackson State team is scrapping on defense here tonight.
And I think that's the key to the game for them. I mean, they're not bigger than Memphis. They don't have the bigger name. They might not have the bigger names on the stat sheet. They might not have the better numbers on the stat sheet, but one thing you cannot teach and you cannot coach is hustle, energy, and effort. And Jackson State has those types of guys. They have glue guys, they have quick guys, they have guys that's going to get their hands on loose balls, pick your pocket, get the loose rebounds. And you saw D. Willie back tap the ball, gets the steal, they get out in transition like I talked about earlier. When they're in transition, they got a better chance to attack the paint and get open shots. So if they get the steal, get out in transition, they got the foul call, and now they're at the free throw line. So this is all positives for Jackson State, and this is their game plan tonight if they want to try to upset Memphis here.
Shackelford can't get the second one to go. Just a 52% free throw shooter on the season. Now we're going to see Shiloh Lake on the finish. With the runner in the lane. Jay Sniper, how hard is it to run right and shoot a floater lefty crossing the lane? That's just a sick shot.
Extremely hard. I mean, so sometimes you really don't realize how difficult these moves and shots are until you actually get out there on the court at your local park and try them. You're like, oh, wow, that didn't even touch the backboard. So that was an extremely tough shot. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of dedication, and somebody who knows the game to teach you that.
Anthony Hardaway on that sideline is a good person to teach. I think people forget as we see Jalen Smallwood, the freshman, again getting it done. Penny Hardaway, there's a lot of moves we watched today that he actually originated. Some of them we still haven't seen since. Pretty sure you've been on social media as D. Willie scores yet again. Pretty sure you've been on social media. We've all seen that two dribble spin around step back. You see this? And look at D. Willie getting after it. Look at the hustle here. Jackson State out on the break. Huff's going to give it up. It's a little bit of showtime, and they can't get it to go.
I like the defense, but they need to convert. They need to convert in that transition like that. 2-on-1, you got to convert, especially if you want to beat Memphis tonight.
They're going to need every bucket they can get, but I absolutely love the defensive intensity that they're bringing to your right side.
Absolutely. Just like you said, that scrappiness is what they're bringing tonight. And so far against Memphis, it's working. I look for Penny Hardaway and crew to make a change and discuss this in a timeout. They got to protect the ball and be better about that.
JJ Ruff here as time starting to expire. You're going to see Shackelford, who's been, he's been the star of the show here as he gets another one to go, but he's been absolutely a dominant force for Jackson State here with his activity. 3 points, or now 5, 3 rebounds. He's been to the free throw lines now with just 10 minutes to go. In the first half, he's going to the free throw line for potentially free throw numbers 5 and 6. Or excuse me, for at least free throw number 5. He did get that one to go for the and one opportunity. But this kind of energy is what you're looking for, is what you say, right, Gene?
Absolutely, especially from Jackson State. Memphis, on the other hand, I would be preaching, let's protect the ball, let's get what we want. But from Jackson State, I am proud to say that they're playing this game the right way so far. And Shackelford is going right at everybody, which I love to see in any basketball game.
And there he gets a hand on that one, I believe, as Joyce was trying to go up there. Shackelford everywhere right now, looking a little bit like Dennis Rodman and Tony Allen, as we see a beautiful move there by Ruff, cleaned up in a major way by Chloe. But I have to ask you this, Sniper. So we see a foul there from Buckley. No timeouts yet from either team. LDO's been sitting on the bench for some time. Jackson State is looking absolutely phenomenal, yet they have steadily been down by 5 to 7 the entire game. Reason for concern or a reason for optimism?
I say optimism. You come into this game, you know Memphis is a top 15 team in the country, and you know they're going to come out and perform well. I think Mo Williams is preaching to his team, let's keep it close, let's keep it close. We need to make the knockout punch or knockout run at the right time, and in the first half is not the right time at all. It's not even close. So I think this is good for Jackson State. As long as they're within that 5-point lead or that 4-point lead, I think they're happy with their performance. Now, as soon as it starts to stretch and get a little worse, I think Mo Williams is going to call timeout and re-energize his troops and re-motivate them to cut the lead back down.
Jackson State averaging just 60 points a game, bottom half of SimWorld Hoops. Already with 21 points in this game, playing with pace, getting after it defensively. Haven't seen a lot from the perimeter, but they haven't needed to, as Richard Alpine cleans up the glass there. On the other side, I'd have to say, Sniper, that Memphis has not looked, they have not looked as crisp as you would like to be if you're the number 11 team in the country.
No, they have not, and I will give some of the credit to Jackson State and their scrappiness on defense. As we see, they come up with another skill there. I think their 2-3 zone and their scrappiness is really affecting Memphis, and I'm not sure if they was ready for this type of, I want to say, pressure or scrappiness from Jackson State.
JJ Ruff here with the ball. No D. Woodley in the game. It's going to be interesting to see where they go. Beautiful move by the miniature man. There's going to kick it out, and Jackson State's going to knock down a 3. There may be a parade in the city when this goes down. Deshaun Saul knocking it down from deep.
Yes, and you have to give Ruff credit. The last couple possessions, he's definitely getting into the paint at his own will. He's very quick. He looks tiny out there, but he's getting downhill and making plays for his other teammates and scoring. So shout out to Ruff on that assist.
Coach Mo Williams says he loves his playmaking ability, knows that he may not be seen in the SWBA given his stature, but he does not care because this young man plays his heart out every night. This is his SWBA, which Coach Williams tells us about JJ Ruff.
And that's good to hear from Mo Williams. Mo Williams is a small guard, and I'm pretty sure he's going to continue his coaching career recruiting small guards and believing in them and putting what they need into them to have confidence and play at this type of level. So I think that's good for Mo Williams to have that type of confidence in a small guard. I'm not sure if I could do the same yet, to be honest.
Let me ask you this. Go ahead and get this out the way early in this half. Sniper, when I did my time, and that's how I will always reference it. Shout out to Maestro, by the way. When I did my time in Mississippi, I have family here, and I'm a city boy through and through. It doesn't get much more city than me. Although as I get a little older, I want to get away from all of it. I would like another planet, actually. But my cousins, they were like, okay. We're taking you out to a spot. We're gonna show you all that Mississippi has. We're about to see what's going down in Jackson. This is a little while back. They take me out to a spot, man. I'm dressed up. I got all my jewelry on. I get there as we see Kenneth Klum knocking this one down. But I think we're able to keep it right here. I get all my jewelry on. I'm dressed. I'm ready to go. We get to the spot and we pull up the Red Lobster. And I'm like, yo, we just went out to eat. She's like, nah, that's not what it is. We get on the inside, it's still just a Red Lobster. With the DJs in there, the bar's wide open, the lights are low. There's the ladies in there going kind of crazy. It's a straight up club at Red Lobster. So I mean, everything you're looking for. And a good country girl party is going on there too. So if you're single, it was the right vibe. But to the side, you could get some great buttermilk biscuits and whatever else you want to order. Are you familiar with this, or is it just me that experienced this in my time?
I think that left in your time, but I ain't gonna lie. If they had a party at Red Lobster, man, I would have got that cheese-style shrimp trio with them biscuits. And, I know about Red Lobster. But no, I didn't have the pleasure of experiencing that, but I have had the pleasure of going into this old country home, house party type of vibe. Everybody's there, mud riding and having a good time. Yes.
The kickback is not a kickback in the sit though. It's a good party, but yes. Well, I'm sorry you didn't get to enjoy that. I mean, it was one of the best of clubs with some of the best of food.
Oh, the food was amazing out there.
Wings O'Brien, get back to the action here because we do have a good one at play here. JJ Ruff can't get it to go as we see Jackson State on the glass here. And to be totally honest, they are going to work. You think that they would be getting out-rebounded due to their miniature size here, but they're outworking Memphis in this game. There they are again, Leland Buckley again. And again! As Kenneth Klum has to come up with the steal to stop this team ferociously on the glass.
Yes, Jackson State is showing their toughness out here tonight. They're out tough from Memphis on the rebounding aspect, but Memphis is able to score at will on Jackson State in the paint on the other end, so it kind of makes up for it.
Meanwhile, as you said, it's still an 8-point game. LDO back in the game. Kenneth Klum leading the way for Memphis again. I know you said there's room for optimism. As I'm looking through this stat sheet here for Memphis, everyone who has touched the floor other than Devontae Dees has scored. LDO came into this, started this game looking like he was going to go after whatever he wanted, whatever he felt like. Only 4 points, and Memphis is ahead by 8. The other side, D. Willie has come out very aggressive, 10 points already. Renzo Bryant, all of his work done on highlight dunks, mind you. And Buddy Shackelford getting to the line here, but this is going to be an uphill battle for Jackson State.
Absolutely, and that 8-point mark is the mark that I think Mo Williams is looking at, maybe to call a timeout and stop Memphis from getting to that double-digit margin. But if they continue to have this 6 to 4 point lead, I think Mo Williams is going to be happy going into halftime with that. On the other side, I think Penny Hardaway is preaching to the team, let's break this game open. Let's get it to 10 to 12 points. Let's go ahead and put our foot on their necks and get them out of here. That way we don't have to deal with the ruckus of the crowd, the referees, and everything else in the second half.
Richard Alpine with the ball here, looking to cut this lead. Got a switch down low, no help coming. Kenneth Klum, there's the late help. Richard Alpine Goes the other direction, turns away from the double team, gets it to go with a lefty hook off the glass. That is not just nasty, not just nice, it is nasty. JJ Ruff here, again with the pressure at half court. He's going to go up with the shot, can't get it to go. You would think, though, very Alvarez, very Muggsy Bogues-ish. If you think if he could slow down and really just kind of quarterback this team defensively, he is putting his stamp on this game and making it incredibly hard for Memphis.
Yes,
he's got 3 steals.
Yep, and he just came up with another one on that last possession. He is definitely one of those little people you see on the court, and I'm speaking from experience here, Yels. He's one of those little people that you don't see per se, and he comes out of nowhere and just hits the ball out your hand, and it's quite annoying. Because even when you do look for him, you still can't see him, and he's so fast. And he has good hands, and he's definitely making an impact on this game tonight. On that transition play, I would have liked him to kick it out for the three-pointer, knowing that, but I like his confidence in trying to finish over bigger defenders.
Just playing with a little control, maybe even at least just pulling it back and starting over, right? You get a good quality shot, but kudos to his defensive effort. It's a 2-point game, and Jackson State fans have something to be excited about. Zone is holding LDO here, trying to find some room as they're shading every part of the court for him. He's going to look for the open man. Jaden Smallwood open. He's going to look for a screen at the top. And now LDO finds himself open. Can't get it to go.
And one thing that just comes to mind from the coaching aspect, we know Penny played in the league back then. There really wasn't no zone going on. If you couldn't guard your man, you couldn't play. And I think it should go back to that. But, you know, Penny, good coach. I like Penny. No Penny personally. But I don't know if he's familiar with breaking zone as much as he should be as a college coach. Most college teams play zone, and it's kind of a heavy thing in college. So maybe Memphis is not comfortable breaking the zone or getting shots out of the zone.
I tell you, it's a tie game here. Memphis defensively, on the other end, not looking so great. The rim protection has to be something that the coaching staff is extremely displeased about. Penny, meanwhile, displaying that calm demeanor here. This zone has KB Mack taking a long fadeaway here as Jackson State with another chance here to take the lead.
And you can see the Memphis bench not happy about that shot. They didn't like that one.
Interestingly enough, both of these squads, and particularly Anthony Hardaway, letting his team play through this, is not called a timeout yet. He's up off the bench now, though it looks like he may try and get something going here before the end of this half. Saul can't get that one to go. Jackson State going to be going to the line, hoping to take a lead. And we're going to hope to take a little break here. We're going to be right back right after this.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
We are back at Jackson State. You know when you're at a
HBCU.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. You hear the Manny Fresh in the background, and look at the majorettes getting after it. This is a great environment here, but more importantly, there's a great game going on. Jackson State hanging tough like new kids on the block with Memphis here. 36 all knotted up. Is this a fluke? Is this a moment in time? Or is Jackson State really here to compete?
I have to say, due to the year they've been having, I think they're here to stay. I think they're here to take over the American Conference.
Take over?
Yeah, I'll give them 2 years. Give them 2 years where they get some recruiting done and get some bigger players, faster, stronger players. I think they have a chance to be like Memphis, like Houston used to be. Houston has fell off this season, but Houston used to run this. I think Jackson State is trying to do that.
Well, let me ask you, you brought that up. They moved into the American Conference now, and they're playing pretty well. It's like there's some lighting issues here in Jackson State. They're allowing them to play through it. Interesting.
That's how HBCU work, baby. We gotta get what we got, and we gotta make it work.
Very interesting. I don't know if this is a strategy or one that's worked before. It looks like Coach Hardaway has something to say. You hear him giving, you can see him at the scorer's table giving him a mouthful. He is he's not used to this environment, but we'll keep it right here. Now, I'll ask as I was going to ask. All of the things coming around Jackson State coming into this season and through this season so far, do you think this bolsters their recruiting ability and it's just where they're headed for seasons to come?
Absolutely. I mean, let me start off with the business side of going into a new conference. Well, you have to pay to go out your old conference, and you have to pay to come into the new conference. So Jackson State has spent some money to be in this new conference.
Thank you, Coach Prime. Sorry. Had to throw that out there. Thank Coach Prime. He had to bring those dollars in, right? Go ahead, though.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Shout out Coach Prime. But when you enter a new conference, you get new TV rights, you get new media, new marketing, and all that is driving money into the school. Okay? I'm sorry, yes. Please ask your question one more time so I can answer it.
As far as just the future of this program, with all the money that you were talking about that's been brought to the team, to the organization, and this conference, just the whole transition of this, is it going to help their recruiting? And even as I look here, a few notes here, Jay Midoriya joining this team, the number 52 prospect on the planet, currently playing a SimWorld Hoops, just 16, I believe. He's given his verbal commitment to Jackson State, so that's pretty good there. But is there future with the signing of with the commitment of a D. Woodley, with Coach Prime, with them joining the American Conference? Is this the start of an uprising and being more of a potential power team in the power conference?
Absolutely. So all those things I just talked about, all that new money that's coming in, it's going to help recruiting. And the American Conference brand in itself is going to drive better recruits to come to this conference. I mean, you have. I'm not sure how many teams are going to make Hoops Area this year, but you have a good amount of spots that the American Conference can get teams into Hoops Area, and that's where everybody wants to play at. And I think Jackson State joining this conference is going to give them the leverage to talk to recruits, say, hey, we can get you on the big stage. Hey, we can get you NIL deals. Hey, we got the facilities. We got the media rights. We got the broadcast the games. This is the place you want to be, and with a head coach like Mo Williams, who has been to the next level, who knows what it's about, who can groom a small guard, a wing, and who can groom a big fella and tell them how they do it in the league. All that is going to bode well and bring in those top recruits to Jackson State, being a newcomer to the American Conference.
Yeah, and just kind of looking over my notes here, Jay Midoriya actually reclassifying so he can join Jackson State. 16 years old. So that's a few years he's going to be able to play there next to the Ruin 2 and done. 42 to 36 lead here for Jackson State, and Memphis just unable to figure out this zone. LDO struggling mightily with it. Might I add 2 for 5 as of right now.
Yep, every time he gets the ball, he sees at least 3 defenders in the zone that's ready to stop him from shooting. Yes.
And there's Renzo Bryant again on the break. Guess who finds him? Leland Buckley. This Jackson State team is playing fast and loose conference play. Conference play just gets a little more hectic.
You can't ask for a better start if you're Mo Williams from your team. They have came out here, played with energy, played defense, and built the lead going into halftime. I mean, oh my. Oh my. Okay, he's back. Okay. He ran off the court there, Yells. I just want you to know.
He was looking for something. He dropped the contact. Renzo Bryant absolutely feeling it here tonight. Dunks, threes. What more do you want? You thought you were here to see the D. Woodley show when in fact you came to find out about somebody who's feeling low? No, just Renzo doing his thing. Jackson State up in this one in a major way. Sniper, call it out, man. You said they were here to compete. What's happening here?
Man, Jackson State is pesky and on the ball. They're getting steals. They're running the 2-3 zone to perfection, and they're scoring the ball at a high clip. I mean, we all thought that Jackson State was gonna have a tough time scoring against this bigger Memphis team, but in this first half, it doesn't seem like it. If I'm Penny Hardaway and I'm Memphis, I am first off furious, and I'm worried. If I'm the coaching staff, I'm worried. Where is my team? Why didn't they come to Jackson State today? Where is my leader and outlaw? Did he miss the bus? Who is this clone that has his uniform on and that's not scoring the ball for us? And why can't we handle a 2-3 zone? If I'm Memphis, I am concerned, and I need to make changes in this locker room and just need to be better.
Renzo Bryant, 15 points, has only missed 2 shots. On the other side, outplaying LDO. We'll see what happens in the second half right after this.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to seeing the changes they've made. Apparently, they didn't talk about protecting the ball, but I'm looking forward to seeing the changes Penny Hardaway made, and I want to see if the team's going to implement that and possibly get back into this game. I disagree. I disagree right now. We have a 13-point lead at the beginning of the second half, and this is what the committee's going to look for when it comes to ranking in whose area. Okay, you were on the road. Road wins are hard to come by. Okay, you were down 13. How did you respond in that moment? How did you win that game? Who took over? How did the team do? What happened? And I think that's why this win would look good if they could pull it off, especially with Jackson State rolling like this. Huge victory for Jackson State. It's just going to keep opening people's eyes. I mean, if you've been in the media feed, I have been an advocate for this Jackson State team. I'm not cheering for them. I'm not biased. I have been an advocate for them because of the confidence and how they've been playing. But for D. Willie and his draft stock, I think this is a huge boost. You know, you're at home, you're beating the 11th ranked team, and you're the leader, and he's being efficient in leading his team tonight. I think this is a huge boost.
Mysterious Outlaw working on Renzo Bryant. He's going to pick up his third foul. Playing a little too aggressive, which has worked out in his favor in the first half. You believe there's any politic in there from the coaches, maybe Anthony Hardaway. Penny had a little talk with the refs to say, watch out for this guy, he's a little too aggressive. Is that possible?
That's the name of the game if you're a coach. I mean, they talk to the refs 24/7. It's like an ongoing conversation. I know because I tried to have a conversation with the ref in college, and he was like, no, I got to go talk to your coach right now. I'm like, well, what about us? We're the ones that's playing. I'm the one that's getting hit like this, Mr. Ref.
You call him Mr. Ref?
Yes, every ref is Mr. Ref. I don't want to know your name. I'm not going to call you anything else. It's a sign of respect. And if I call you Mr. Ref, I got to believe that I'm not doing anything wrong. Then you should give me the benefit of the doubt and give me the calls later in the game.
Have you had any opportunities to talk to Draymond Green about that?
I'm afraid not. No. I'm afraid not.
Fair enough. Big time block there from Deontay Joyce on D. Woodley. Maybe make him think twice about coming in as we see a trap in the corner there. He's going to throw it. Just gets it over there and spin it on to Deontay Joyce. Shot clock expired. Renzo Bryant almost got that one to go. And we're going to see a loose ball foul on Richard Alpine.
I'm showing off that toughness and that big body, just swinging people around down there. Got a foul called on him. I'm not mad about it. At least he's being aggressive.
I'll tell you what, we're going to stay right here for a minute. They may have missed it in the first game, but you know your boy Yells is not going to miss it. This time, it's your time, actually, for all y'all in the chat watching live across all streaming platforms. You got something you want to say? But during this break, we're going to get your shout-outs out here live on the air across all platforms. While we're waiting, I want to thank everybody that's tuned in on YouTube, Facebook Gaming, LinkedIn, TikTok, X, Instagram. I'm not saying all the other weird stuff people like to joke around and say, we're not on that. We're not on that. But if you want to get a shout-out in, we got you. We got about another 30 seconds to get them in. Sniper, while we're waiting, you want to shout anybody out tonight? Perfect news.
Shout out to B-Ron. I mean, B-Ron has been a catalyst in my coming into SimWorld, and he's really helped me out. So shout out to B-Ron for doing this thing and helping me out.
Shout out B-Ron indeed. He is always here to put the voice of the people out there. He's got you guys back. He's trying to interview y'all, so make sure y'all are tapped in with him. He's supporting a lot of our team members on SimWorld. Shout out B-Ron. What a guy. I make this analogy. Sometimes people take it the wrong way, when they don't understand how life works. There's a lot of Batman out there in the world, but Batman can't be everywhere. There's a lot of Robins. Robin's going to do some side kicking, but they have their role. Not everybody wants to be an Alfred, and Alfred is a super important person in this world. B1 gets his Alfred on. So shout out B1.
Big time shot for Clum there coming out of timeout. Brings the lead to 10-point lead for Memphis. Hopefully that shot could get some momentum for them and they can climb back into this game. But they have been disappointing here tonight, coming from the 11th ranked team in the country.
Roy Mason on the follow. D. Willie could not get that one to go, but Roy Mason jumps early but had enough vert on that one to get it to go on the follow. Jackson State's got everything rolling tonight, Snap.
Yes, they do. I mean, they are believing in their game plan and they're executing it to perfection. They go Plum on back-to-back three-pointers for Memphis. He's doing everything he can for right now to keep them floating, if that's the correct word, floating above water here, but they're going to need some more. I hope Outlaw wakes up here soon because I would like to see some of his abilities.
D. Woodley still rolling here. I see a couple people are able to get their shout-outs in. I'm going to get them out for you very quickly. Here, Coach Simpson says shout-out to Texas basketball. The Maestro says, screw my brother Maestro. Jay Midoriya says shout-out Coach Dre. And Coach Dre Pope says shout-out to his team captain, Jay Midoriya, who will be joining Jackson State here. Defense is falling by the wayside for the last few minutes here for both teams.
Yep, they playing some real Olay defense out there. Olay, you get a layup, you get a free jump shot, you get a free bucket. Hopefully somebody can play some defense and take this game over or climb back into this game.
The old Oprah defense is what I'm hearing you call it out. Darian Banks flash into the lane. Looks like Memphis is really trying to pick it up here. 7-point game. They're going to have to stop D. Woodley. Renzo Bryan as well, who's leading this team in scoring for Jackson State so far. But Memphis has some work to do. They're going to need a few more stops here.
Yes, they are. It's interesting to see this because they started off the game in zone and they took it off maybe 3 minutes into the game and haven't went back to it. Maybe Penny Hardaway didn't like how the zone was looking out here.
Imagine not. They had a rough start here. They've gotten a few stops in a row here. Darian Banks goes to the rack, can't get it to go. KB Mack with the rebound. He's going to go up over Shackelford, and it may be that Memphis is ready to play now. 5-point game. What does Jackson State need to do to protect this lead?
I know this is probably not what Mo Williams is going to do, but I think they're going to need to call a timeout if Memphis scores it again. But due to his history and the SWBA players in general, you know, they like to play through rough patches of the game. But in college, I think a timeout in the rough patch of the game is a good momentum swing and change of pace for the players. They're not pros yet. You can't just allow them to play through hard parts because they'll mess it up. And there go the timeout right there that I was talking about.
Looks like he may have heard you. You may have a future in coaching there, Sniper. I know you've done some of your jobs, and I've checked you out on the court in general. I'll tell you that right now. I've enjoyed those thoroughly. For anyone who has not tuned into that, learn your basketball. Learn something about hoops. I know y'all think you know stats. You can learn a little bit more about that, but yeah, tune in. The court general. He's got the clipboard out. He's coaching for you all. Apparently, he's coaching tonight. As he's got Coach Mo Williams threw him a pointer and allowed him to get that timeout. Stay locked with us. We'll be right back right after this.
My experience with SimWorld Sports has been absolutely amazing. It's one of the most realistic, hands-free esports universes that I have ever seen. I love the fact that you can see a coach, you can see a player go right from the preps all the way to the pros here at SimWorld Sports. And I must say that it might be one of the most immersive things that I have ever been a part of. 24/7 media coverage. You get a chance to see live games. You get a chance to see live runs. it is clearly just an amazing thing to be a part of. And so if you are a sports fan, if you are a former athlete, if you are a role play gamer, if you like to get into communities that you love, then SimWorld Sports is for you. See the game, be the game.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Kamar Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three in the clip. Game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price, push up the stock, build up your name, stir up the pot, piss off the ops. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld, this is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers, trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name, said she wanna try out on the scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes, tipping, shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm Pippin'. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Sniper, we are back here in Jackson, Mississippi, and Memphis doing their thing, pulling all the way back to the lead. Can Jackson State hold them off, and what are they going to do if that's the case?
I think Jackson State is in a good spot. I think they will eventually lose this league and regain it to win the game. Hold them off will be tough for Jackson State because portability, right? The game, basketball is a game of runs, but I think if they can remain close towards the end, D. Willie can win the game for them. Woo! As he drive down the lane and hawks it on Memphis.
Wow! And his athleticism is routinely underappreciated as he's able to finish there. There's a lot of talk about him being undersized. I call him 5'11". I'm looking at my sheet here. He's 5'8", 184, which could be a stretch. But his ability, he just got up. When he finished, I'm sorry, he is 5'11". I'm messing up my notes here, but he did just finish that at the rim. After a very quick first step, when you get to the pros and later levels, they put you on a weight program, and you're able to play despite your size because you learn how to use your body. Am I right?
Yes. At that level, they have coaches that teach you that. I mean, they have coaches that say, okay, I've worked with someone like you before, and here's where you can be most effective. And D. Willie already has the competitive spirit, the athleticism, the ability to go out there and be a dynamic guard. I think at the next level, it's just about teaching them how to be effective at that level. And that's where, if he could find the right situation, he could be maybe one day a household name for a franchise.
He's already got great body. He uses his body very well in leverage to get to the rim. So you know that's only going to get better here. So we've got Darian Banks at the free throw line. He's gotten really aggressive here in this second half. D. Woodley tonight, 16 points, coming off of a 30-plus point game just about a week ago. Enzo Bryant leading the way here. Lace Darius Outlaw rolling. Kenneth Klum, 4 of 5 from deep in this half, I believe.
Yes, Klum has definitely been keeping Memphis alive, and he's the reason why they're in the game right now. And here he goes again.
There he is again for 3! Kenneth Klum knocking it down for deep. Make it 5 or 6.
If I'm Jackson State, I might have to put somebody close to the corner and stop letting him shoot these wide open shots. We know he can shoot, but he wasn't making them, but now he's making them, so time to make him do something else.
Can't get that one to go here. Jackson State struggling. Memphis with a chance to tie this one up or take the lead. Darian Banks defended by D. Woodley. You see that zone. You see Claw working on it. There's a big-time block by Leland Buckley out of Alabama. We're going to go back the other way.
Ruff is back in the game.
Out on the floor, Sniper.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is an in-the-paint type of game.
Roy Mason with the ball. D. Woodley trying to get open. Good defense by Kenny Coleman defending there. Shot clock winding down. Jay Ruff gonna have to push that one up. Not able to get it to go. That is not what Coach Mo Williams wanted. He is not happy on the sideline. He's talking to his teammates about their choices on the offensive end.
Well, that's money. I mean, he's not going to miss that shot. I mean, they keep leaving him open, and they just gave up the league. At what point do Mo Williams and them make a change? Hopefully, it's in this timeout.
We're going to keep it right here. Anytime that we can keep it right here, we're going to do something. We see some people in the chat. We get the opportunity to be interactive, so we're going to do it right here. You know what? If you're watching somebody else's game, you're a part of some other world, don't play yourself. This is the one place where you can invite others to be a part of the show. You be you. You watch it. Guess what? You can see the game, be the game. 5,000 EM signing bonus for anyone who joins SimWorld as a head coach. And guess what? We're looking for those people. I see somebody out there right now just asking a few questions. I think he goes by the name, shout out Chauncey Epps. We're looking for coaches. You get a 5,000 EM signing bonus. Someone refers. If someone is referred by you, another 5,000 EM bonus. And if you just want to be a fan and cheer on what is going on in SimWorld, you can sign up. You got to be eligible, but you get a 5,000 EM signing bonus on top of a few other perks. So yeah, this is the place you want to be. SimWorld, the only place where you can see the game, be the game. By the way, I'll throw this out there too. If you want to be part of our sports media team and you really can get the job done, we're looking for you too. A lot of you guys have a lot to say. Say it on wax, sucker. Join the SimWorld TV crew.
Yes, I have a question for you.
Sir. Sure.
If you're Memphis right here and you're in the timeout, let's say you the head coach, what are you telling your guys, being the 11th ranked team coming out of this media timeout in the second half?
Yeah, so yeah, if I'm Coach Hardaway, I'm saying, hey, just keep your poise. Let's not get too high, let's not get too low. Let's go out and execute the way we do in practice all the time. We know what we're able to do, we know who our guys are. And the last thing I'm telling them that I want to pound home in their head is, hey, this Jackson State team, they are playing above and beyond. They're playing out of body. They're playing, if it's true or not, I'm telling them that Jackson State is playing far beyond what they're capable of. So you just got to stay the course. You got 10 minutes, you can get this done.
I like that you mentioned that, saying that you have taken the team's best punch and they have no more to give and be really confident going down the stretch. But man, did you just see him get up on that?
Talk about taking the best punch, Brady Shackelford punching that one through here. I mean, Jackson State has had some very big plays, very deflating plays, I would say, that could really take a team out of their game. Jalen Smallwood going baseline. Not sure I saw the foul there. LDO on the bench. And it looks to me, like Coach Hardaway is he's just kind of letting his guys play through this one, kind of preparing them for hoop stereo and for more tournament play. Hopefully he's not taking this team for granted, but no LDO on the court. He's just kind of testing out and seeing who has heart and how they're going to play through things today.
That's a very good point. Yes, he may be testing them out. You know, it's a close game. They do have something to lose if they lose, and the best player's not on the court. Maybe he's looking for people who's going to rise to the occasion. I agree with you on that one, Yels. And Let me teach you. A momentum play is a play that changes the momentum of a game in favor of the team who makes it. And Jackson State has made a lot of momentum plays for themselves.
Tons of momentum plays. Excellent point there, Simon. Smallwood, the freshman, getting that one to go. He's played pretty well tonight. We mentioned him before. Smallwood was brought into this team by Coach Hardaway. Went to his home personally and recruited him. You know how often that happens here nowadays. Went to all the way to D-Land. That's D-E space Land, Florida. You ever been there, Sniper?
No, sir. I don't plan on going either.
I was going to say the same thing. Never been myself. I think we should stay away. But yeah, he showed up at the doorstep for this young man. Had to talk with mom, had to talk with pops. And he had to talk him into bringing him up to Memphis to play. This kid loves team success. He's really rivalry driven is what the coach has said. And we can see that tonight as he's given him opportunity to shine with LDO on the bench.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure how it is today, but if Penny Hardaway walked into my house, I mean, that would hold some weight with me personally and my parents.
I'm asking for a pair of shoes.
Hey.
I'm asking for some early joints. I need to get
the pennies, yeah.
Smallwood from deep, can't get it to go. This zone still working wonders for Jackson State. It is holding like the line at the gate for the Spartans in 300. Seeing if they can hold this up for the rest of the game here.
Yes, it is. And I think Memphis is going to have to get used to this zone look, because if I'm any other team in the American Conference, I'm watching this game and I'm definitely practicing my zone all week to prepare for Memphis. So I think they're going to get used to this zone look and get comfortable scoring against it.
Yeah, and Banks getting the stop there. And Sniper, that's the thing. The zone against some teams, some players, and more so executed by some teams is not very effective. You have to, it's a lot of heart that's got to be on display. There's a lot of effort. You got to return to your man, but it seemed to have been very effective tonight. Why would you say that's the case?
Outside of Klum, it seems like everybody else on Memphis team is scared to shoot the open shot. You know, the zone is, the only way you break the zone is by shooting them out of the zone. In Memphis, the only person that's been shooting is Klum, and Klum is having an effective day from the three-point line. But they're going to need some other people to step up and take and make shots if they want to see a change in the Jackson State defense.
That was one heck of a pass there by D. Willie as he gets his hands on another one, almost comes up with steal number 5. I can tell you, you're right there as Kenneth Klum puts up another one and knocks down another one. Outside of Kenneth Klum, I don't believe anyone else has knocked down a 3 for Memphis. I'm sorry, James Smallwood has knocked one down, as a Shiloh Lake, as we see Renzo Bryant getting back into the action. That looks like some of the challenge there, Sniper. It looks like whoever Kenneth Klum is guarding, they are just attacking and attacking.
Yeah, Klum may be the attack man on defense, but he is the anchor on offense right now for Memphis, as he's keeping them alive in this game with his three-point shooting.
If you're coaching for Penny Hardaway, you ask me, you leave him out on the floor, and if so, how do you counteract the fact that they are getting whatever they want against Kenneth Klum?
I make a change. I put Klum on someone like Bryant and tell them, hey, we're going to live with his jump shot, so take a couple steps back, still guard, and make him shoot a jump shot. I try to hide him within my system. And I tell him, if you see an open shot and you don't shoot, you're coming out. But on defense, I'm trying to hide him. I take him off the main guard. I know he's not going to stick with he's probably a little too small for Mason or Shackelford. So I'll stick him on Bryant and tell him, make Bryant a shooter tonight. But right now, he seems like he's on the hottest player on the court for Jackson State, and that could be bad.
It's been bad so far. Shackelford with the ball. Renzo Bryant here attacking the rim again. Can't get that one to go as we see some good defense by KB Mack. Jalen Smallwood on the break. He's going to go right at his man. That's going to be a foul on either D. Willie or Richard Alpine. Jalen Smallwood, just under 6 points a game. Shoots 74% from the line, just 15 minutes a game. We have talked about him before. They steer as an outlaw, looking as if he's going to be returning. He's yet to declare for the SWBA draft. So this team can get better and better. No real news on the incoming recruiting class for this team just yet. But we do know KB Max is going to be leaving. Is this a team you want to play if you're a guard when you have an LDO on the team? Or are you shying away from the opportunity just because there's a star?
I love playing against stars. I mean, I'm not shying away from nobody in general, but if he has a ring to his name and he has like a headline, coach, that's my job. I'll take the assignment.
I'm more so saying as a recruit in college. Do you want to play behind the star at a great program and wait your turn, or? No, I do not. I think I want to get in and get going early, get some game experience, especially with the 2-and-done. I want to use that first year. I want to be out on that court getting all my mess-ups, mishaps, mistimings out the way. That way, that second year, I'm ready to shine and possibly move on to the next phase of my career. So no, I would not want to come to Memphis if Outlaw is staying. Memphis has taken the lead after being down as many as 15, 8 minutes to go. Jackson State here struggling to get buckets, not struggling to get one there as we see D. Woodley showing more of the playmaking that scouts say they want to see from him, throwing it up to Buddy Shackelford.
And Woodley is definitely capable of that playmaking when he's put in the right position to do it. He's also a dynamic scorer, so I look forward to seeing Jackson State go back to that pick and roll with an empty side ball screen.
One of the best parts of the game. Stay tuned. More SimWorld TV action coming up after this.
You know, when I'm not in the gym, I'll be playing outside with my older cousins. Once they seen I had some talent, they put a lot of time into my development. I got a really big family. They team Dennis Smith Jr., so they seen it from the jump, so they always believed that I could do it. I'm rolling with them, they rolling with me. When I got hurt, I was pretty sour about it. And just being around me, hanging out, making sure I had positive energy around me. And I was just like, you know, I can't be the only one sad if everybody else having a good time, so. They told me I was gonna be out for like 10 months. Man, that's a pretty long time. It's gonna be something. I need a little sports training montage. My whole family, they motivate me a lot, and they believe in me so much. You know, I wanted to do them a disservice by not putting out max effort. I'm just blessed, man. Sometimes unfortunate stuff happens to people and they get powers. I'm a mutant, that's what my grandma called me. Yeah, I would consider myself a killer. They do what killers do, they going for the kill at any time. That's how I was brought up, and that's something that stuck with me.
Look who's over there. He's Paul.
So, what have I missed?
Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it.
Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Hello, I'm Himothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gon' say now? We came along from last place. Bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back 8. I'm in the gym putting numbers up. You're never there, you got bad traits. Never excuses or cover ups. Learn from the losses and bad breaks. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Who said I wasn't him? Who said it? All this talk about who's on top and who's not. Miss me with the gospel. Check the score, yeah.
See me coming off the screen. Know I gave myself the green light. Catch a shoe from the 3. If I'm not the one, it doesn't seem right. I need like 2, 4, 5, 6 in them rings. I'm talking back to back to back like 23. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
You got a game. Memphis is back in this one. What does Memphis need to do to take this home? Or if you'd rather talk Jackson State, who do they need to?
Let's start with Memphis. You mentioned Memphis first. If I'm Hardaway this time, I'm saying keep going, guys. We got them right where we want them. We done walked them down. They have lost their stride. They lost their confidence. They lost a little bit of tempo. We got them right where we want them. Just keep our foot on the gas and let's go win this game. If I'm Jackson State, I'm going to win. I'm telling my guys, hey, we need 2, 3 stops right out this timeout, and we need stop bucket. We need to get this league up to about 6 points.
Impact player of the game so far, I think I'm going with D. Woodley. He's done it on the offensive end, 16 points. Excuse me, he's got more than 16. I'm on balance. Update my stats here. He's got 19 points, but defensively, he's gotten after it alongside J.J. Ruffin this year.
Yes, I'm gonna go Crum on Memphis. I mean, he has single-handedly shot them back into the game, and he's the reason why they have the lead right now. So I'm gonna go impact player from Memphis with Plum in his shooting performance tonight.
7 of 8 from deep, 21 points. You'll get no argument from there from me. I think this is all going to come down to who picks up the win. 71 to 69 right now for Memphis. Darian Banks with the ball. Guess who's still on the bench? Memphis, LDO, we've got no word of injury or anything, but he's still on the bench. Kevin Klum for 3, he's going to knock it down again. He could be going for a record tonight. 8 for 9, 24 big points. LDO cheering him on the sideline. Does not look to be hurt to me. Looks like it may be a break for him.
Yep, yeah. I have to think Coach Hardaway has found a lineup that he likes and that has been working, and Outlaw just happened to be tonight not in that lineup. So he's going with what has been working.
Woo!
Oh my.
Roy Mason. We are in the Bible Belt District and someone just got baptized.
Oh my God. I would like to see that poster. I would like to see that poster.
With vengeance, he throws it down. Kenneth Klum putting the ball on the floor now, unable to get it to go. Snobby, you brought that up. The star of this Memphis team, projected to go in the lottery, a big-time name, is Roy Mason knocks down another tough shot. That happens sometime in college ball in SimWorld Hoops where you can be the guy all you want, but the matchup and the different schemes and the zone play that takes away star ball and ISO ball, sometimes you sit the bench. Does that happen?
Yeah, yes, it does, and the scouts are watching him on the bench too. We want to see what you do when you're on the bench and how you react to your teammates. Are you cheering them on? Are you standing up? Are you high-fiving people? Or are you at the end of the bench pouting, being a baby that you're not having a good game? Because everybody's good in the league, right? Everybody's gonna get a chance to play at some point. So if it's not your night, we need you to be supportive of the guy that's out there that's gonna win us this game tonight. So I think that's a huge thing that players don't realize what's going on, and they be so caught in their own feelings and have such an ego that they miss out on a big opportunity to impress scouts.
I tell you this right now, Sniper. It's just a pleasure having you on the broadcast. Bring in some of your, as we see Kenneth Clum there, that's 2 in a row missed. As we get some of your expertise playing D1 ball at a high level and playing with multiple organizations. Just so the viewers, fans, and other students of the game and players can learn how this actually goes. It's just a pleasure having you here.
Absolutely, and you know, it takes a special type of coaching staff to teach your players this. Not every coaching staff teaches, because some of these coaches are very egotistical and are only worried about the win. But you do have some special coaches out here that goes to the players and say, hey man, we know you're really good. We know you have a chance to get drafted, and here's how you better position yourself to get drafted outside of the court. So you want to do that community service that we see in the media feed, or maybe helping out at school, or being in the community, or just being a positive influence on the bench when you sub out the game. Things like that go a long way with organizations. But I'm happy to be here, and I thank you for crediting me for that, but I'm just happy to be here and call these games.
I think the users are glad to have you here too. I know they've been reaching out to you, getting some info, so we're not gonna put anybody on blast. Learn the game however you gotta learn it.
Closed mouths don't get fed. So. We're getting to the point of the game when Jackson State needs to make that final knockout punch or knockout push. This is it.
Absolute danger zone. LDO still on the bench. This is where you would want to make a push. You think Coach Williams is really hoping his team could really just get something going in this moment.
Yes. We talked about momentum plays a lot, and one momentum play from either team could very well push this game over the edge for either team. If Jackson State end up going on a 10-0 run, they could push this game out of reach for Memphis. If Memphis gets hot and go on a 6-0 run, it might be too much for Jackson State. So look for both teams to really try to make a push here in the last 4 minutes of this ball game.
LDO finding himself comfortable over there. Shackelford finding himself very comfortable at the free throw line where he's been all night tonight. Jalen Smallwood attacking the basket. Can't get it to go. JSU with a chance here to tie this game back up as Memphis has fought back. Renzo Bryant with a big-time bucket there. Finding his offensive game, slashing to the bucket here.
Yes, he's been doing that effectively all night. I think he had 4 dunks in the first half. He's been on the glass this half. He's been making buckets. I even think he made a 3 this half. He's been performing tonight for the Jackson State Tigers.
Kenneth Clum putting the ball on the floor. Can't get that one to go either.
Look at this. I love this from Mo Williams right there. I seen him in the 2-3 zone. Oh, I thought he was going to finish the play. I seen Jackson in 2-3 zone, and at a certain second on the shot clock, they switch from man to man. They're switching defenses mid-possession now. I love that change for the Jackson State Tigers. It's really messing with the Memphis Tigers. Oh, we got 2 Tigers. Oh, wow. It's messing with the Tigers' offensive game plan.
Kenneth Clum doing his best to defend D. Woodley. It's been a challenge all night, and the challenge continues. He is yet to go to advance to the next level. Timeout here for Coach Hardaway. This crowd in Jackson, there's a lot of Memphis fans in there. They seem a bit stunned themselves. Tell you what I'm not stunned about. You've been in that media feed, I tell you what. You seen SimWorld today? If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing. It comes on tomorrow. We got so much content coming here for you in that media feed at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. If you want to see our world in a nutshell, what's going on, You want to see the broadcast from SimWorld TV. You want to see the articles from all the mediums. You want to see the social media hype. You want to see all forms of content massed in one Instagram social media style feed. Oh, I get my one curse word in, Sniper. Get your ass in the media feed on SimWorld TV, because that's where everything's popping. It takes 5 minutes. All of you sit on the grabber for a little bit longer than that every night. Don't invest in somebody else's product. Invest where you matter, where we tell your story. It's the greatest community you're going to see, the most emerging, top-tier production, realism. And guess what? How much it costs, Snipe?
$0. It's free.
Free! We ain't charging you nothing but a good time. So, show your support. We got a hard-working team here. We got a great game going on here tonight. Jackson State giving Memphis all they can handle. I'm not sure that people were expecting this. I know the conference play has been exciting. We've seen lots of upsets, but again, not on my bingo card. I know, Sniper, you were saying before the game, even to start the game, that this could really be a battle. You turned out to be right.
Yeah, you gotta give Jackson State all the credit here. I mean, they're fighting on their home court. They have been scrappy. They have been scoring when they need to score. They have the lead right now. Let's see if they can hold on to it the last 2 minutes of this ball game.
LDO continues to sit on the bench. Great pass there to Buddy Shackelford, unable to get it to go. I'm getting word now, as we've been trying to find out for a bit, it seems LDO, the injury bugs have been biting everyone as Darian Banks gets it to go for deep from the three. That Outlaw sprained wrist may not be returning this game. Only 2 minutes to go.
And that's a big loss for Memphis tonight, as Outlaw is the guy on offense for Memphis. So we're going to have to see who can pick it up here and win the game for Memphis, because Outlaw's not going to be able to do it with his wrist injury.
So, ice cold after being scorching hot here. Jackson State hoping for a D. Worley with a big-time shot. Can't even hit the rim there. And that's what the scouts are concerned with sometimes. He takes a little bit of shot. Great pass there from Kenneth Clump on the inside to KB Mack. 3-point game. Memphis now in control of this one.
Clump may be missing some shots, but he's definitely on that play made up for it with his playmaking ability and a nice pass for the easy hoop.
D. Woodley unable to get anything to go here late. As much as he's kept his Jackson State Tigers in the game, his inability to score right now is almost taking them out of this game.
I would have to agree with you on that one. Yeah, Woodley has been taking some tough shots, and he can make them, yes, but at this point in the game, you know, you're really trying to score the ball and make sure you have a chance to win it at the end. So I'm not sure those are the right shots.
Big time bucket there from Deontay Joyce. 5-point game. This was once a 15-point lead from Jackson State. Number 11, Memphis, doing what a number 11 team does. What we're going to do right now is pay some bills, keep it locked for the conclusion of this conference play action here in the American Conference.
See the game, be the game.
Je voudrais être seul avec toi.
She asked if you'd like to join the club.
Je voudrais des nuits.
You said, I like nuts. Register today and get a free Berlitz phrasebook. Berlitz, the best way to learn a new language.
Back here in Jackson, where Memphis has erased a 15-point deficit, now leading by 5. That is, if you're not good at math, a 20-point swing here. D. Woodley hoping to bring his team back in these last seconds from what has been an excellent game from him and his team as he shields off the larger defender, gets it to go 3-point game.
And that's a big bucket coming out of timeout for Jackson State. They need to get that 2-point to make it a 1-possession game here. Now they need to come up big.
And that is tough as you see Coach Williams is just incensed on the sideline. That is the last thing he wanted. It seems as if he wanted to play that out and get the stop sniper. That's also Renzo Bryant, their best perimeter defender. You may question that tonight, despite D. Woodley's 4 steals, but he's also fouled out of this game. And now it's at least a 2-possession game. That's a terrible play.
Yeah, I don't think he needed a call there or something was miscommunicating the timeout. But that's a big loss for Jackson State. Your best defender, the person who probably could come up with the steal late in the game that you might need here down the stretch. So that's bad for Jackson State.
Get an easy bucket there. It's 3-point game. They're going to go to the press. Now they have to play the foul game. Mysterious Outlaw, despite the wrist injury, is back out on the court. But now you're going to send Kenneth Plum, 82% free throw shooter, to the line. This is a 1-and-1.
You will see he has missed his last couple of jump shots, but we shall see how he makes out here.
It's back to a 2-possession game. Has not been able to hit a 3 here in later parts of this game. And he is able to hit from the stripe as they are free. We take a minute here, Sniper. We're gonna do some promo work here. We gotta do a little bit. We got more action coming up. If you are tuned in tonight, make sure you're tuned in tomorrow. 6:30 Eastern, Virginia Tech at Wake Forest. Conference play continues. That game is going to be followed up. It's a triple header tomorrow, actually. We got Kansas and K-State. The Battle of Kansas coming up after that one. And then the third of the trio tomorrow is Arizona State and Washington. So that'll be a good one. We get to take a look at Corey Yams. We'll take a look at Madison Miles Jr. in that one. And Virginia Tech will get to see Jason Graham and Willie Palace. So we got some great action on tap for that one. But also, don't forget, Saturday, local stream started 8 championship game, national televised at 2 p.m. Or when the last one's in, the Canada Flight SimWorld Prep Tournament. You a fan of SimWorld Prep?
I am. I love seeing the young talent. It's good to see them compete in a tournament-style matchup or style tournament. And, you know, I always love watching a championship game because the teams have played a number of games, and that championship just means the most. So it's all about a dog fight and who wants it the most. I love seeing these prep tournaments on the weekend.
Any chance for Jackson State to get back in this one?
They would need a 3-pointer to start it off right here, so I'm going to just start with that, and we're going to see if it happens.
Taking a lot of time off here. Richard Alpine with the Euro step does not hear you. He wants it too. Last time out to the game on either side here. Tell us what was the theme of this game, Sniper. If you had to tell somebody how this played out and what really brought this home.
I would have to say the 11th ranked Memphis Tigers woke up in the second half and came back to beat a Jackson State team that ran out of gas. That's how I would sum up this game.
Ran out of gas, indeed. Some of the cheapest gas in the country here in Jackson State. But they could not find extra surplus here tonight. They came out all cylinders going. Hats off to them. Their great performance here. Still with a chance to pull this out, but Memphis, as you said, just really stepping it up in the second half. But for a lot of coaches out there, that zone against Memphis they're doing their scouting, their homework, tuned into the live streams, going back and watching them later, getting their footage on there, I'm sure they found some chinks in this armor of this number 11 team.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's something that I think Memphis will need to take care of in practice this week. Really work against the zone because they have bigger and better players. I mean, bigger and better teams to play against. Nothing against Jackson State, but the American Conference is deep this year, and they have a lot of good teams. So every night is going to be a tough challenge like tonight was for Memphis.
Jalen Smallwood back in the line, the freshman. Chance to ice this game. See if he can get the first one to go. D-Land, Florida. You said you're booking your flight there tomorrow, is what you said. That's what I heard.
Not me.
Gets the first one to go. Very interesting free throw form there. As long as it goes in, that's all that matters down the stretch here.
This free throw put the icing on the cake for Memphis and a big time comeback win. And he does it.
Nails it. 5-point game here. D. Willie's got to go quickly, get one to go, and continue the foul game. JJ Ruff throws it up. Can't get it to go, and that's probably going to do it. See if they're going to hold out on the fouls, whether they're going to extend this game a little further. Jalen Smallwood, who got into a little bit of a scuffle earlier with Renzo Bryant, not happy about that foul as well. But Jackson State fans were hoping that there was going to be a party at Red Lobster, Club Red Lobster tonight. Probably not going to be as much of one now tonight, but I do believe it's still going to go down the sniper. Been a pleasure being here with you, man.
Man, it was a great game, man. Shout out to Memphis for completing the comeback. But shout out to Jackson State. You know, they played well, and I think this is a wake-up call to the whole American Conference that they are here to stay, and they're looking to compete to be in one of those top spots come Hoop Stereo.
Absolutely. 90 points up on the board. Jackson State, 84 points from being one of the most offensively challenged teams in all of SimWorld U. Great night of basketball. Triple header in store tomorrow. You got SimWorld today. Make sure you're tuned in. And we've got Maestro talking dirty, talking some prep ball. For Sniper J, I'm Yels. It's been a pleasure spending a Wednesday afternoon with you all here on SimWorld TV. And remember, SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. See you tomorrow.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.